Hello and welcome to round 8 of 2025 Great Flinders Football League A-grade game between United Yeelanna at Lock at Karkoo. The weather is sunny with the wind blowing in a northeasterly direction and from left to right from the commentary position. My name is Mark Habner and today my co-commentator is Brodie Burrows. Welcome, Brodie.
Thanks for having me, Habs. Great to be back here at the Coos in beautiful condition, blue skies, mate. What else would you want for a game of footy?
Oh, nothing better. Top two playing off grand finalists from last year. They played second time playing for the year. It's been the benchmark of the competition, these two sides. It should be a fantastic day of football. A few injuries to both sides, but that's always the case halfway through the year as you build towards the back end, because the final is what matters. But this should be a cracking game.
Yeah, it should be, mate. Lock winning the toss and kicking with probably about a 3 or 4 goal breeze, would you say, Habs, towards the Cooplex?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be that. It'll be tough to defend early on. Matt Haylock throws the ball up. Fergus Slape gets the first tap on it, knocks it to Xavier Watson, whose ball's come out, fumbled out. Been spinning around there. Fergus Slape and Xavier Watson at the bottom of the pack.
100th game for Fergus Slape, and I believe Eagles have a couple of milestones today. 150 for Adam Manane and 50 for Maxi. Is that right, Habs?
That's right. Fantastic effort from both of those two. Adam Manane winning the moment last year and just boots it forward. Getting it high. Mitch Jolly competing with Levi Brown. And the ball goes up, competing. Big contest there. Travis Beard creating contest. Blaze K kicking it forward or hit it to Corey Beard, which I think he lost it in the sun right at the critical moment. Oscar Paul could pick up, but been tackled straight away. It's come out from by Ali Bias. Blaze K's handball in onto Casey Beard, gets it to Blaze K. We're going to go across the ground. Gets the handball to
Damien Kelly. What is Damien Kelly doing near the forward line, Habs? We're seeing things already.
Well, that was really threw me out. That was right out of position. He's hit up Ali Bias out there in the pocket. Damien Kelly, what are you doing past halfway? I thought there's a little barrier that you don't go past there, but fantastic work being part of that process.
Storming through the centre of the ground like a Herculean gazelle, Gonzo Kelly. In comes Ali Bias, that trusty left foot. He'll just put it up. Let's see how it goes. Looks like it's going through. Great start for the Roos. Really important first quarter here for the Roos. We know the first game these two played, Yeelanna burst out of the blocks 38 to no score, I reckon it was. Quarter time, Habs. Great to see the Roos get the first one on the board, put some pressure back on the Eagles.
It's a start that looking forward to. They straight away put the pressure on. The Yeelanna had the first few touches, and then after that it was pretty much lock.
Yeah, great contest on the wing there by Travis Beard bursting through. And look, a couple of big matchups we're going to have a look at here in the middle of the ground. Casey Beard on Sean Maxfield. Dusty Ware on Xavier Watson. Dusty Ware really grown into his body this year. And I think that'll be a matchup. Someone who can hopefully learn a few tricks off the Rolls Royce.
Yeah, there's Dusty there getting the ball. We were just talking about him. It kicks it forward. Blaze K shepherds the ball past him. Travis Beard handballs out wide to Blaze K. Blaze K looking for options forward. He's got Corey Beard. Corey comes through, takes the mark over the top of Ben Glover.
Great centre clearance there by Lock. I think they'll be very happy Dusty Ware getting his hands on. Obviously, we've seen what Xavier Watson has done to teams in the first quarter before, where he just seems to rack up 13 or 14. And one thing we know about the Eagles is they need 5 minutes of football to put a team away.
Corey Beard be need to be kicking it inside the left post, I reckon. Just because it's just got a little bit of a drag across the shoulder. Leans back straight through the middle. Another goal to Lock. I reckon I've messed this up and given Yeelanna a goal, which I'll take that off and because Lock have 2.
No, that's a good.
I was clicking on the wrong spot before from the previous game.
That's all right. Good start there. You probably would have got a bit used to that in that B grade.
I didn't have to move the mouse in the B grade game for the second half there. We just lived on the same spot and I've messed it up. So we're back corrected 2 goals straight.
Mate, as someone who was in the back lines, I've got a sunburnt roof in my mouth. I'm watching the ball go over my head a few times, but. Look, Corey Beard will be happy getting that one through the big sticks early. Hasn't played forward much this year. Played forward last week. I think he would have kicked 3-goal 5 or 3-goal 6 himself last week, which is something you don't see often. But hot start here by the Roos.
Yeah, ball up here. Fergus Slape against Gayton Gerber. Who's going to get the centre clearance this one? Gayton got the tap, but Macaulay Glover didn't quite get his kick away before he was tackled by Matt Crittenden. Matt Crittenden's had a few weeks out and he's back looking for options, but he's hit up Levi Brown. Yeah, Levi looking for options. He hit it straight to Blaze K out in front of Oscar Paul. Blaze looking for options, looking inside, passes it along the boundary to Macaulay Glover.
Played one of the best last quarters of football you'll see last week against Ellison Districts, and coming off a bit sore, played 3 quarters across half back, and then released the shackles in the last quarter in the middle, and one of the leaders of Great Flinders footy.
Big kick up forward. Oh, early fly from Travis Beard. Sean Maxfield giving it to Matt Dyer. Matt Dyer kicks it along the wing, looking for a contest. Mitch Jolly, Michael Crettenden's come forward. Liam Gerber's picked it up, got his arms up, got the handball out. Mitch Jolly gave the handball, was looking for Adam Manane, but didn't quite make it, been cut off. Dusty Ware in the middle there, been cut off. Michael Crittenden gets his kick off, looking for Casey Carr. Casey Carr picks up, gets the handball, get to Adam Manane. Back, Michael Crittenden, he's looking for Michael Crittenden, it's gone to the ground and out to Levi Brown. Levi Brown's picked up the ball, looking for Blaze K. He's good pick up there, Blaze, and then able to turn inside.
A little wombat waddle.
Straight through. Ben Glover, has kicked it down in front of himself. He's kicked it straight into Matt Dyer about 3 metres away from him.
But, I thought the umpire blew the whistle then, but obviously he didn't. Ball goes straight through the goal umpire's hands. I think everyone's turning around, not sure what's happened there. Chop Beard with the don't argue, but he's wrapped up. Osh's Kills plays on, gets the ball out there to, who's that out there?
Matt Crittenden.
Matt Crittenden in the backlines.
He's just snuck down to help out into the breeze, I would suggest.
Maybe that's why Gonzo Kelly was seen on the half forward line. He was following Matt Crittenden down.
And Aaron Watson kicks out in front of Casey Carr. Has been able to take the mark into the wind. That breeze is quite strong. The ball, you can see the ball just sit up for those last few moments. Casey Carr's hit up to Mitch Jolly. He's been tackled as he's marked it.
Mitch Jolly, Levi Brown, very similar players, those two, hard at it, and they'll both give everything all day.
Mitch Jolly, handballs onto Adam Manane. He was looking for Michael Crittenden, but just shanked it a little bit just to the left on the inside, and it's been cut off by Macaulay Glover. Macaulay Glover looking for options. He's a bit stagnant in movement. Out wide to the wing and hits up Ali Bias. The ball bowls up, but he's able to take it. Dane Habner standing the mark.
Surprised Ali made it here alive. Usually looked after by big brother Bill, who's gone travelling Europe, and I believe he's watching this on the train over in Europe, Hab. So big cheerio to you, Bill, overseas.
Well, wouldn't be too happy with that kick. He's hit up Xavier Watson, and Xavier Watson's gone out wide to the wing to Sean Maxfield. 50 games for United Yeelanna, looking for Mitch Jolly, and the ball dribbles out of bounds.
What are the keys for you today, Habs, when you look at this game? And for United Yeelanna to win, what do you think they have to do? And on the contrary for Locke?
Well, one of the things that stood out for me in the round one in the game is that it was the tackling pressure from United Yeelanna. Locke didn't have any easy ball. And I think Locke in these first 5 minutes have been doing that to United Yeelanna. We're 7 minutes in, and Locke's tackling has been relentless. I don't think that Yeelanna's had any easy kicks, whereas Locke have been able to wheel around and get some kicks off. As you just see, Macaulay Glover hit up Ali Bias right there on the wing. So both sides are looking for pressure on the kicker. It's gone over the top of Matt Crettenden's head. As Chop Beard wheels, dodges and weaves, and looking inside for Corey. Cousin Corey picks it up, steps inside.
Bounce.
But the bounce is not kind to him, and he kicked a point there, dribbled through.
Chop Beard starting out of the square with big Fergus Slappe in the ruck. So he prefers to go by Slappe, funnily enough, rather than Slape, he's told us. So we're going with that.
And Matt Dyer out to Aaron Watson on the wing. He sits up for Casey Beard up high. Casey's leap is just fantastic. He's all just been athletic. He just put it up there and ask Casey to go and grab it.
His body position's fantastic. He just protects that ball, doesn't he? And as soon as he gets front position, if he doesn't mark it, he'll bring it to the ground and feed it back, which United Yeelanna do so well.
He was looking for Maxi, and it's bobbled down. Fergus Slape has grabbed it, rove the ball, and but been wrapped up in a tackle straight away. He tried to stand up in the tackle, but Maxi just dragged him down, and he's going to take the ruck now against Gaten Gerber. That will be an interesting contest all day of which ruckman's able to give first use to their midfield. Gaten Gerber won the ball, got passed off to Aaron Laurie, who's given a kick to Clayton Colbert there. Clayton Colbert is, talk about athletic, he is super fast. There'd be hardly one on the field here that can keep up with his speed when he cranks up. His first few steps are a bit slow, but then when he once it winds up, and you watch him leap.
Yeah, it wasn't much fun trying to stand him in B grade in round one, Habs. I'll tell you that much. He took the ball, I stood the mark, and he took one look at me, and I reckon the time I turned around, he was on the wing, mate. So, in comes Clayton now. It would be a tough kick into the breeze. He's kept it low. I tell you what, if he's kicked that, great effort though from that dead pocket against the wind.
Well, it's not an easy pocket to kick that from. It would be almost easier to kick it into the wind, coming on the bottom side here. But as we see, is that Luke Durden kicking in, looking for I think 20.
That's young Fletch Beard or Fred Beard.
Yep, the Clunks.
Yep,
fella.
Little Clunk, been playing some really good footy this year. Coming up, not 18 yet, but just very mature in the back lines and great head on his shoulders. So Fergus Lape dodging and weaving like a midfielder down there. Great fist from behind there by Matty Dyer, playing out of his weight range against Travis Beard there as the Eagles try and bring it up the boundary line here. And
Matty Dyer just got the ball in, but it was smothered straight away. And I was struggling to not stand in front of the cameras.
Levi Brown there for lock.
I'll probably just look on the camera. That'd be easier to do some of this sort of stuff. The Oscar Paul taking the ball as it come out the back, gets the kick forward, and he's managed to find Sean Maxfield, who passes on to Dane Habner. Dane Habner streaming through the middle, looking for options. Looking for Alex Glover to come out, but it's been Luke Durden, one-on-one tussle. That's going to be a good contest all day. Luke Durden versus Alex Glover. Alex has kicked 10 goals in the last 2 weeks and been in some fine form for the A grade. But Luke Durden, outstanding player. It's going to be a tough battle all day.
Yeah, it is. Alex Glover just often finds himself in the right spot, doesn't he? All the time. You look at him athletically. He's no real big keys, but he's just a smart footballer.
Well, and good hands generally is that's the key to it. When he's playing well, he's taking good clunk and good marks. Liam Gerber at the bottom of the pack, being wrapped up by Dusty Ware. Gaten Gerber, looking for the tap there. Fletcher Beard, who's going to take a clearance, and Michael Crittenden often does. The good contest, Macaulay Glover versus Casey Carr. That's a contest and a half. It'll be interesting. Just over the top of both of them.
A couple of Great Flinders captains. Casey would have captained Great Flinders over time, once upon a time, wouldn't he?
You would assume so, but I don't actually know whether he has or not, because there's a lot of Crittendens and Watsons and that sort of stuff. They've been against some great teammates and
a couple of talented boys. Look, Yeelanna seemed these last 5 minutes their pressure's lifted and match lock, I reckon, here, Habs. And it's played between the arcs, and that's what we love to see.
That's it. The pressure on both sides is lifting with it. It's not easy getting an easy kick. That's what it's just made a little bit scrappy at the moment, but it's just hard to get even a yard on your opposition opponent at the moment. So
yeah, last time these two played, Liam Gerber I thought was phenomenal for the Eagles on that wing and just found so much space at lock. Got a bit of a role, Dougie Pearce standing in today. Dougie's been playing a bit of B grade so far this year, and great to see Super Doug back up in the A grade with a few injuries.
Yeah, Mitch Jolly against Jack Kennedy there was a good. They were arm in arm tussle. The Gaten Gerber is managed to tap it down to Macaulay Glover though, and handball to Blaze K onto Levi Brown. Levi Brown kicking it down the wing here. Whoa. Gone to Matt Dyer.
Look, young Declan Allen there, we just saw getting spoiled by Matt Dyer. Declan Allen coming off 4 goals. I reckon it was 4-3 last week, Habs, and would have set up 2 or 3 others. He was absolutely unreal for the B grade captain and just a bit of a live wire up forward and loves a goal. He takes off like Patrick Voss when he kicks one, so look out if he does get one today.
Yeelanna looking to be in the middle here. They're going to have to. Matt Crittenden took a bit to get it under control, and now he kicks it out wide looking for Jed Manane, but it was sat up too high and was able to create a contest. Didn't quite see who that locked player
Travis Beard. That one was.
Yep.
Did well there. He knew he was surrounded by United Yeelanna players, so just took the tackle there, and sometimes you just have to do that, Habs.
Yep. No, it's cut off there. It's setting up for this contest. Yeah, handball's out in front of him. Xavier Watson cuts it off. Mitch Jolly able to handball onto Michael Crittenden. Michael Crittenden just popping it in front out in the spot and says, Clayton Colbert, go and get that first. Give him plenty of room. He'll win. Just overrun it there. Doug Pearce, good pickup. Looking Fletcher Beard. He's gone into slow mo. He's just had that long, needed to be shorter arc, and
Unfortunately, there for Lock, they could have gone forward, but Yeelanna had 4 players directly down the line, so that's why they turned around and tried to go backwards a bit there. So yes, it was a bit of an error there by Lock, but credit goes to Yeelanna for setting up down the line. And we look here, is Aaron Watson kicking in and finding Casey Carr about 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, I'm not doing very well with the scoreboard here. I'm -1 for a while there, Brody. I've now corrected that for United Yeelanna.
You can leave him on -1 if you want, Habs.
Clayton Goldberg, I don't know how he managed to kick -1, but we're giving him 1 point. Oh my gosh, the technology. I'm just it's a struggle town. There's Casey Beard looking. As Casey Carr, looking to kick it through the goals here. I reckon that's another point for United Yeelanna. 2 points to 2 goals, 1. United Yeelanna straight into setup. That's the things about both sides here do the zone really well. They can choke sides, especially on a ground the size of Karkoo.
It's a bit harder on an oval like Lock, those bigger ovals where there's so many more gaps. But look, another one, Justin Beard, started the year one of the vice captains of the B grade, and he hasn't played a game of B grade yet this year. And the way he's playing, it'd be a hard one to put back down. So probably career best form for Junkyard as Luke Durden goes to switch across the ground. Big switch there to Ali Bias, who he'll just roll around on his left and looks for Declan Allen in the middle, straight over the top of his hands there. Wynn just carrying it, didn't read it right. Deckers just kicks it out in front of him. He'll pick it up here and let's see what he does. Not going to get caught. What's it going to be here holding the ball? No, Oshes says, I'll have it. And right on the true wing position here at the Karkoo Oval.
Tom Davis there, new player for United Yeelanna this year. That was an excellent tackle, just wrapped him up straight away. He was the one that cut it off before as Will Simons has gone into the ruck. Gate and Gerber off for a break 15 minutes into the last quarter.
Yeah, looks like Aaron Beard's gone into the ruck there for Lock, and Fergus Lape's going forward. So usually when this happens, Fergus goes up and plays more like a half-forward flank, and Travis or Corey will push back more to a full forward. So Chop Beard been in great form for Lock this year, and it'd be interesting to see the battle between him and Will.
Yeah, Maxi handballs back to Xavier Watson at the back of the contest again. Dane Habner gets the ball, looking for handball onto Matt Cretton, who was on his own, but being cut off.
Gonzo Kelly, you're a brave man. A handball over the top of Gonzo Kelly, Habs.
Well, you got to go under him, I assume. Yeah.
Can't go over him. You can't go under him. Trying to go through, Gonzo.
You don't go through.
Oh, it's not good laughing with cracked ribs, mate. I'm going to say that right now.
Yeah, we get that. The knee to the ribs in the last quarter. That I could feel your pain as you went down. Didn't look good. Right, a contest. The ball's in. Umpire Robbins is right there for the contest. Ready to ball it up again. Just games just stagnate a little bit as they both creating a contest. Lock really want to be up 4 goals at quarter time to make the most of this breeze. It's a 4-goal. Should be a 4-goal breeze. Chop Beard got the ball.
One of the most underrated ball users, as I say this, you'll probably turn it over, but in the competition for a big man. In comes Super Doug from 45. Don't see him kick many goals. What's he going to do here? Super Doug! Double Cobras for the young fella. Welcome back to your A-grade, Dougie Pearce.
And look at that, Brody. I've even added onto the scoreboard correctly this time. Just want that noted. It's not in my skill set being able to do that, but Doug Pearce was the option there as the Lock players stream off after a goal to do a changeover. Declan Allen and Dusty Ware come off as
Daily Beard, I reckon that one was.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
And Tim Bohm and Blaze Kay come back on.
Blaze has started really well for a guy who's obviously hasn't played much this year, a bit of family stuff going on, and great to see him back. And pretty good news about the young fella over there. So look, good start there by Lock, good shepherd in the square by Corey Beard, and great vision by Chop Beard to set that all up as Adam Manane in his 150th wheels around on his left, and it's a great kick finding Mitch Jolly, and Levi Brown makes him earn it.
Yeah, he tackled as he marked it, but it's interesting. But the Adam Manane, Will Simons has actually got a high. I don't see many jump over the top of Chop. But that was a fantastic dunk down to Adam Manane. I mean, cut off
Jed Siebert
by Jed Siebert.
One of the most improved players. One thing I think Lock have done really well this year compared to other years is those depth players that have come up and filled in for A-grade have all played their roles this year. Whether it's the likes of Jed Siebert come up and turned himself into a genuine A-grader. Tim Bohm, who's got the ball now, is another one. Dougie Pearce has come up, and Luke Durden will come out here and hit Dougie Pearce right on the wing as I said that. Dougie Pearce coming off a goal 2 minutes ago, something you don't see very often. And what's he going to do? He's going to look at and trying to put it in front of Fletch Beard. Is he going to stay in? Good tap down there by Fletch Beard as Trav Beard drives it. Corey's got prime position. What's he going to do here? Ball just holds up. Great spoil from behind. There it was by... Who's that back there for the Eagles? Ben Glover. That'll be a good matchup. It's good having Ben back at the Cohabs.
Absolutely. There was 2 lock players, and they beat 4 Yeelanna players right here against the boundary here. And that was a key moment where they were just more aggressive at the time and got it forward. Yeah, love Benny Glover. He's got some serious speed. Back when I was playing, he saved my butt a number of times. Closing down my opponent that got away from me. Yeah, it'll be a good contest here. To Liam Gerber taking the mark there, just 15. As he looks to pass it out.
Dangerous.
And he's kicked it over the top of Matt Crittenden, gone out wide and out of bounds. Last possession, Macaulay Glover got the ball looking for options. Just gone a bit high
Travis
there,
Beard.
but it's gone perfectly to Travis Beard. Yeah. And Jed Manane was just caught behind him. That was actually the spot that if you were I don't believe he was aiming for that spot, but that was the empty pocket to kick it to just then.
If that was anyone else, you'd probably say definitely not, but it's Macaulay Glover, so you never really know what Mac is thinking. And look, if anyone could pull it off, it is Macca. But one thing is really evident right now, Habs, is the enjoyment that the Lock boys, I mean, we can hear it up here. There's a lot of talk. They've got a bit of a breeze. They needed to start like this, and they have. As Travis Beard comes in, bit of a tight angle, kicks this, you'll hear about it straight away. What's he done? Finger goes up, Jonathan Brown style. He likes it.
Wait for the goal umpire.
How big is it? The umpire says that big.
Yeah, it was one of those moments I've also seen Locker loving it, and the celebration before the goal umpire, trying to tell the goal umpire that's a point, and then you'll see the goal umpire that's a telling him that's a goal, and it was actually a point. But a fantastic good goal. That's a tight angle, not easy kick just there, but it slotted it straight through the middle.
So we got the score? 25 Lock, 2 points United Yeelanna. Look, we said it's probably about a 4-goal breeze, so. At the moment, I'd probably say Lock slightly on top here, Habs, but it'll be interesting to see if they can bang 1 or 2 more on here as Slape goes up against Will Simons in the ruck. Tap one down by Slape, ball hits the deck, Adam Manane again. Travis Beard moved into the middle, and he's called that a bit of a shove. Adam Manane first to the ball, as he's been so many times. Adam Manane goes wide there, looking, and great spoil in front by Fred Beard. Just for such a young fella, he's really strong in the contest, Habs.
Fantastic to see. Taking on an experienced head of Michael Crittenden at the moment. Michael Crittenden has just snuck off on his own at the moment. Yeah, but Gonzo Kelly ever vigilant as Blaze K wins the clearance and boots it on forward. Big pack, 6 in the pack there. Ben Glover gets the handball out in front, but straight away, who's first there?
Get one around the head, did he? No, umpire says play on. Don't mind that, Habs. Umpire call. 2 great teams today. I reckon umpires put the whistle away. Matty Haylock and Osher's both good at that, and let the 2 best teams, 2 hardest teams go at it.
Yeah, well, I don't think he got him. I think he could have. He did well not to give away a high. But Macaulay Glover handballs inboard to Travis Beard, but wrapped up straight away. Michael Crittenden.
Yeah, but how many times you see that Michael Creddy just stalking the contest and causing another ball up as Simons and Beard go up again. Tap one down there by Beard. Manane first to the ball and a great tackle within there by Glover. Those two were just belt in all day. You know it. The two little curly heads.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good contest in there. The another one out in front. Yeah, Tom Davis knocks down the Doug. No, that's not. Yes.
Luke Northcott, another one, just comes straight on the half-forward flank. Fletch Beard shrugs one off. Great work there. Good vision there by Casey Beard. Goes inside 50, looking for Blaze K. Straight over the top. Blaze K gets one out. He's going to shepherd here. Great shepherd by Blaze K. Just threw his body at the ball. Oh, what's that going to be? He's going to go through for a point. Blaze K there, gave the handball and just threw himself like a cannonball in for the Shepherd Habs.
Yep, no, important protection there straight away to give him time, to give Macaulay time. Yeah, just wasn't able quite to finish off. Yeah, as Matt Crittenden boots it out wide for Gaten Gerber on his own.
Just come on there, snuck on really well and great vision there. Pretty big kick into the breeze there too, and found a hole in the lock zone. As we've got Plugger Creddy right in front of us down here.
23 minutes into the last quarter, to the first quarter. Last quarter.
Wish it was the last quarter, mate.
Yeah. But it goes down the line, chewing up time. That's what needs to happen for United Yeelanna. The out of bounds, ready for the throw in.
How have you seen this first quarter go so far, Habs? Who have been the players that have stood out for you?
Well, the Senate Blaze Car in the he's critical in the ball use
In
and being,
tight, isn't he?
yeah, just well he kicks it often. He's often the guy that kicks it in forward and wins that ball. That match up in the middle of whoever's on Zave Watson's going to be an important one.
Dusty
And
Ware.
Dusty Ware has been. Doug Pearce was on him just then. Aaron Watson falling over the blade of grass. And Zave Watson looking for Michael Crittenden. It's gone out and it's been knocked over the boundary line there.
Bit of a fun little fact. I looked this up last night. In the last 7 games that Lock have played United Yeelanna, Damien Kelly's been named in the best players every single time. Usually matches up on Matt Creddy, and you love watching those two go at it. As Lock clear it forward, looking for Macaulay Glover, and Matt Dyer read that like an absolute book there as he goes across for the switch. Opens it right up for United Yeelanna. Chop Beard on the chase here. Great pressure by the big fella. Ball gets kicked out to the open side. Is that in front of Oscar Paul for the Eagles? Casey Beard charges off. Goes in short, looking for the big Labrador and Chop. And straight through, United Yeelanna intercept. Go forwards and finds Aaron Watson.
Aaron Watson kicked out in the pocket, out in front of Clayton Colbert is the key there. Kick it about 10 metres in front of where you think you should kick it with Clayton, and but the lock guys got there first, and it's then a contest. Ball up. Matt Haylock will throw the ball up here. Yeah, I think the Corey started off well, but then he's been well held by Ben Glover since that first 5 minutes, really. Ben's been able to create a contest instead of letting Corey get away. That's going to be critical. Trav's been creating a bit of havoc. Ali Bias is a good ball user as well, and just saying he's had a good quarter. You can see he kicked a goal early, and it's important.
Huge moment here in the game, not just the quarter here, Habs. Clayton Colbert, sirens just gone for us. 45-degree angle, only 15 metres out. Should kick this. Will give the Eagles plenty of momentum. Goes in. What's he done here? Has he kicked it? I reckon he has. Eagles get one back late in red time. Corey will be filthy about that. But look, a great first quarter by both teams, I think. If you're going to say whoever's kicking with the breeze come in with about, probably a 3-goal breeze, probably say, right, we've got a game on our hands.
Absolutely. 1 goal 2 to 4 goal 2. That's about it's probably a 3-goal breeze. Like if you can get out to put on 5 goals in the quarter with the wind, whenever you've made the most of the wind. I think if you just get 3 goals, that's right. That's on par. And so I reckon that if Locke will be looking to restrict Yeelanna's this next quarter, they'll be playing a bit more restrictive, and if they can get a goal, that last goal, I think Locke outplayed Yeelanna in that first quarter. They were first to the ball quite often and used the ball well. They just weren't able to put it quite on the scoreboard and say 4 goal 2 to 1 goal 2. It's right at dead even. It's exactly what you expect out of the top 2 sides.
Exactly right. And look, matchups this quarter be interesting to see. Often you see sometimes Corey likes to put himself across half back when they're going against the breeze, and then kicking with the breeze, he'll play across half forward. So whether he does that in this next quarter or whether or not he stays forward and just does what he wants and just trots up and down and sort of plays that loose man role, would be really interesting to see how both sides match up. But obviously the Eagles will probably try and go a bit more attacking. Ruckman was often dropping back in front of Corey or Trav that last quarter. And look, really excited for the final 3 quarters now, mate.
Absolutely. This is what you want out of the top 2 sides. It's a game on here. All across the ground, there's not been any weak links. That's the thing. There hasn't been any players you think, they're all been high performing. The handballs, the skills have been pretty good, but the pressure has been really good as well. Like I think in the first few minutes, Locke's pressure was up there before Yeelanna then were able to match it for a period there. And I think that just a bit of clean ball use at the last little bit there, Corey would be annoyed with that they were able to get clean ball up to the forward lines into the goal. So it's a big, that's an important goal.
Yeah, really, really important. And look, I think for Lock this quarter, obviously they have to bring their runners into the game. So they'll be trying to feed the ball into the likes of Macaulay Glover, of Casey Beard, of halfback, of Levi Brown. And if you're United Yeelanna, this is where someone like Casey Kark or Matt Creddy can stand up and kick 3 or 4 in a quarter each, which we've seen them do time and time again. And one thing about the Eagles is some teams will keep them to, even for 3 quarters, and they'll come out in 1 quarter and jam on 8 or 9, and the ball will barely touch the ground. Mallee Park do it really well in Port Lincoln football, and Yeelanna have done it since mini Celts have, let alone an A grade.
Well, that's going to be the key this quarter, isn't it? If they like want to minimise Yeelanna's scoring here, we're going to have a break and put some music on and not listen to us talk.
Sounds great. I need a drink.
And we'll be back in the beginning of the second quarter in a few minutes.
If you're not a break, sorry.
Radio back on again, Broad. So at the start of the second quarter would be ready to go in another 30 seconds or a minute. I can see straight away Lock Corey Beard going to half back. With the Breeze going from left to right. We reckon it's a 3-4 goal Breeze sort of thing. And whoever uses the best, Lock will be looking to restrict that and get a few goals and sort of themselves. Ali Bias has gone up forward.
Definitely about a 3-goal Breeze, I'd say. And one of the main reasons I'd say Ali Bias be across half forward is his delivery inside the forward 50 to penetrate and keep it low. Probably one of the best in the league. Really good outside player, and you give him sort of 2 meters of space and he can hit a target. So he'll be crucial up there. I reckon you'll see Travis Beard run through the middle as well and just try and break some lines as umpire Robbins in the middle turns around, waiting for everyone to get off the field. The big Labrador, Chop Beard, ready to go up against Gate and Gerber. These two love just jumping into each other all day. Tackle one down there by Chop Beard. Yeelanna with the first clearance. So Liam Gerber gives and gives, gets it back. Ball goes straight through everyone. Yeelanna pick it up here across our forwards.
2 Crittenden straight through. Don't see it go through Michael and then Matthew. I don't remember recalling that going through. There's only Spog missing from the lineup with a broken foot at the moment.
But how far is Spog away?
He'll be back after the bias, I think. So he's spewing because he was planning to run a marathon during the bias on the Gold Coast, and that's been upset. As we see here, Matt Crittenden gets a free kick. As Macaulay Glover sneaks back off the mark, as Josh Robbins suddenly looks back and goes, "Where was that mark?" As the umpire, I think luckily Matt Haylock had it covered.
Yep. Sweet sound off the boot by Matt Creddy there, but it's just pushed right and that'll be out of bounds.
Out on the full.
Oh, geez, cop that as we grab some papers. Flying in here to the broadcast position. Jed Sievert with the ball in the back pocket for Lock. Goes short looking for Macaulay Glover and finding him. And Macca Glover usually does this and he'll try and just switch the ball. Great kick there by Macaulay Glover into that Breeze, finding Levi Brown who dances around. Takes a bounce here as he charges out of the back line. Shocking kick. Levi Brown opens it up here. Xavier Watson on his right foot, puts it in the air. Great spoil from behind by Damien Kelly. He shucks it on the ground, tries to take on one. What's the umpire going to call here? Ball comes out. Justin Beard flicks it back, finding his I reckon that's Lukey Durden. Finds Casey Beard. Casey Beard goes back to Macaulay Glover. That's going to be holding the ball, is it? Yes, it is. Did get his handball away, but did take his time in doing it, I reckon, Habs.
Yeah, Aaron Watson just wrapped him up, and he was in the backwards movement, and he had just held onto it a fraction long there, according to the umpire. So, Aaron Watson will be just looking to. I reckon he'll have a shot here. I can't see Aaron not having a shot. He'd just be sitting it up in the wind. Clayton Colbert leading out, save your energy, young fella. Go back on the line, ready for the mark, as he looks to put it through, and he's gone straight through the high diddle diddle. No, recognises the winds at Karkoo Oval, and just used the breeze beautifully there. The ball was, a little bit of a helicopter swirling as it just darted through the middle of the goals.
One thing I've noticed about Snag playing on that wing over the last 6 or 7 years is loves kicking those ones, and then 35, 40 out when he can just about pencil it in, Habs. He tends to miss those ones a little bit, but from the boundary, I reckon he'd be running 70 or 80% accuracy. And loves a goal snag, doesn't he?
He does. I'm not sure about the origin of a snag. Loves the snag is the name. He does love him.
Snag by name, stag by nature. Yeah. Chop Beard and Gayton Gerber. No one winning the ruck there. Ball on the deck. Oh, what's the umpire going to call there? No, great work there. Corley Glover on the ground as Daly Beard jumps onto the loose ball, kicks it way out in front of Declan Allen here. Is he going to reach it before the boundary line? What's the umpire going to call here? Is it a throw in or is it a kick? No, umpire says.
The umpire said it's a kick in.
A kick in.
The boundary umpire called it there. It's a cameraman, I assume. It's Matchy.
Yeah, it is.
He's already been runner for the band and now in the boundary. Boundary as it Maxie just Sean Maxfield out front, kicks it in forward. Didn't just overcooked it a little bit, and Luke Durden managed to dodge around and hits up Corey Beard. Casey on the mark there, looking as Corey's looking for options. He's got 3 out wide here, but they're not. He's wanting to get forward more. He's kicked it out too far in front of Dusty Ware. He'll be disappointed with that kick, but Liam Gerber will bring it back in, I reckon. Can't quite see from this position, but I'm assuming it was Liam.
Great call, Matty Haylock.
If in doubt, it's throw it in. So the
third man up roll there. Had 2 ruckmen in the contest. That's a free to Yeelanna. Oh, Gayton tries to charge at Casey Beard. Well done. Takes a lot to break through Casey, but Gayton's just a bit of a man mountain, isn't he?
Matt Dyer hands with Dane Habner. Aaron Watson had the ball turned inside and running straight into Corey Beard. Corey Beard plays on, kicks it long forward. I thought Fergus was going to take a light mark on his own there for a moment.
What's he done there? Declan Allen. There he is. He's taken off like Patrick Voss. Look at him. Loves a goal, Deckers Allen.
Gets an important goal for Locke there.
Huge goal.
The wind. Absolutely important. What they were looking for. Yeelanna would be disappointed with the ball use there, but Corey Beard wrapped up Aaron Watson. It started with the coach just setting the standard of what's required for the pressure and whatever. Aaron Watson had the ball. Next thing, he's been wrapped up as he's taken 1 step away. And then good, clean ball use to go into Locke's forward line. Fantastic there.
Good work by Ali Bias in the square too there, letting it go. And look, if Patrick Voss is the prancing pony, I reckon Declan Allen could be the Shetland pony, being half the size. So anyway, great there by Locke. Ball goes up here in the middle of the ground, and umpire Robbins will say, I have it. And look, great pressure this quarter. Yeelanna getting that early goal through Watson. Locke getting one back through Declan Allen. Umpire throws the ball up, and you can just see the ball goes to that right-hand side. Good handball by Blaze K, finding his good mate in Dougie Pearce. Goes wide, looking for Luke Northcott back in the team. Something we haven't seen in a while.
It's good to see Nuffy centering it here in the big contest. Oh, just sort of I cringed there for I was waiting for Casey Beard to hit another body coming down the opposite way. Managed to sneak through. Out wide to the wing. Sean Maxfield handballs it, but he's handballed it straight out of bounds.
That'd be free kick, I reckon, handballing straight out of bounds. Yeah, look, Casey, sometimes a bit of a menace to himself, just goes in probably similar to Davo with less flying elbows, I reckon, Habs back in the day. So as one of Davo's other sons has got the ball here in the middle of the ground, and he'll look to switch it and go to his good mate, Lukey Durden, right on the half-back flank for Locke, and I reckon he'll go out wide here for, looking for Levi Brown. Locke are doing really well, just controlling the football here against Yeelanna, something that they usually do against other sides. All right, Levi Brown handballs to Luke Durden, drives it forward and watch the wind just hold this one up in the air. Great protection of space there by Travis Beard, and he'll push back off the mark. Definitely doesn't have this in him, so he'll be looking for someone to go in short. Probably look for his brother in the middle in Chop Beard. There he is. The big Labrador jumps up in the air on the ground. Dusty Ware can't pick it up. Picks it up now. Jumped on. What's the umpire going to call here? It'll be a throw up at centre half forward for Lock.
Travis Beard looking for a injury-free, clean game, so long as he's going overseas tomorrow, I believe. They're going to Europe for a few weeks. As Chop Beard gets the ball, it just punches it long into the breeze. It's a big breeze, and Travis slots through a behind. Geez, that was a good kick from into the wind. That's impressive, just punching it long. Matt Dyer under the ground. And hit up Declan Allen straight away. And unfortunately for Declan, he was tackled as he kicked it and went out of bounds. So Matt Dyer gets to reset. He'd be pretty relieved to have that ball back.
Great pressure there by Dane Habner too. Bit of a goal-saving tackle there.
Oh, Daly Beard. Geez, he's athletic. That was a big leap. The handball's out wide.
Looks like Eminem, Daly Beard, Slim Diddy, as he likes to go by. But yes, he's another one who's just really taken his game to a new level and not tearing games apart, but just playing his role and pops up, those 5-10 minute periods as Yeelanna have had those players do for the last 8 or 9 years, Habs.
Ball throw in here. I think Jackson Millard, they'll recall that one. A bit tricky into the wind if it comes out of your hands as you're about to throw it. So not a windy day. Boundary umpire's nightmare.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure Thomas Cammy on the other one will be too keen to get too many boundary throw-ins. That one's a better one, young fella. But even look at the wind, just take that one. Aaron Beard gets it out the back, finding Daly Beard, who dives in, puts his head over the footy. Great contest by both players. Yeelanna did well there with his head over the ball, not to get him high, and that's all he can do.
Mitch Jolly gets himself up from the bottom of the pack, as he's done for 15 years.
He'd be one of the first pick, wouldn't he? Every week, Mitch Jolly. You just love the way he goes about it.
Well, he used to be penciled in as a backman. Now he's often plays a forward role and as a defensive forward in lots of ways. As Blaze K gets tackled as he's handballed, just pressure has gone up a notch just here in the last 2 minutes.
Great work by Yeelanna there. Corey Beard just behind the play. Great pressure there again. Oh, quick call, doesn't matter. It's picked up by Maxi. Handball's over the top, and that's Alex Glover's first for the day.
Just pressure there. Corey just got caught when he didn't expect it. The next thing, you stop in your tracks and you lose your momentum. He did well cutting it off there and thought, stroll this out. Next thing, Matt Crittenden just created a bit of pressure and a bit of chaos and took advantage of it.
It's one thing Matt Creddy can do. I mean, obviously we know the kind of goal kicker that he is and has been, but I think a real underrated part of his game is when there's a team thing to be done, Matty's always going to be the first one to do that, isn't he? Put his head over it and really do those team things to get Yeelanna up and about, drop back in a hole, something courageous.
No regard for his own safety sometimes. There's a few from both sides doing that. That's what's level at him. Will Stillman sitting underneath the ball, but it's got over the top of his head. Casey Beard is talking about those sort of topper players, is one of those. He's gone the punch. Wrapped up by Luke Durden. They're Mitch Jolly.
Yeah, 13-point margin here. Game on, I reckon. If it was a flat calm day and no wind at all, I reckon it'd be about 30 apiece here as Gaten Gerber taps it down, finding Mitch Jolly. Ball trickles out, finding Hancock. Goes back inside. Levi Brown gets her hands up. Just get the handball out. Gets thrown out, and it'll be another throw up here by Matty Haylock here on the half-forward line for Yeelanna. Really like what you said before, Habs, about the pressure. It seems Yeelanna play their best footy. The pressure goes up, and then they can start working on their outside game from there. So free kick against Aaron Beard here in the ruck against Gaten Gerber. Chop Beard never really happy with the free kick against. Look at him. He's saying, no, third time, play on. I've never seen him turn around to the umpire and say, great decision. I really agreed with that one.
Well, he's like playing like it was a stand rule as well, so that was interesting.
Yeah.
As Fletcher Beard just overcooked it. He was looking for Dougie, and Lockie Hancock will bring it back in here.
Good skills usually, the young fella in Lockie. What do you reckon he'll do with this one? Look inside or Here as he goes, looking for Adam Manane. Ball hits the ground. Great tackle there by Dougie Pearce. Levi Brown helps him out. And look, great work. You love to see when one person's tackling, sort of strangling down the side, and then someone else barrels in and just helps out.
Yeah, no, good contest. The Maxi reads the tap down there. Sean Maxfield, as Corey Beard floats back and able to punch it over the line before Clayton Colbert can get there and mark it.
Yeah, Sean Maxfield, I think often when these two teams have played before, has had the job on Travis Beard and looks to be playing sort of that forward mid rail today. As Slape goes up, Casey Beard gets the ball out, finding Macaulay Glover.
Lockie Hancock being caught in no man's land here. There's Blaze K at the back. Well, he did well to impact the contest, and he managed to do that, the young fella.
Oh.
Casey Beard was not Casey Carr was not expecting that to come near him, and it dropped down.
Oh, I think Matty Haylock's missed one there. Fergus Lape just got smashed in the head, and I don't reckon Fergus Lape's one to pretend there, I reckon, Matty. All right, ball's going to get thrown up here. Looks a little bit worse for wear. Big slap, in his 100th, but yep, Haylock will throw the ball up 20 metres on about a 45 for Yeelanna. Wins the tap down, does Fergus Lape. Dangerous position here for the Roos. They just got to clear it. Yeelanna's pressure is just absolutely manic in this quarter. They just got to hang on, the Roos. Slape gets the kick out. What's going to happen here? It's going to go out of bounds. I hope that's not Aaron Watson out there.
No, Matt Crittenden.
Oh, geez, doesn't get much better.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have many shots at goal, just to be taking the most. He only gets, 60 a season normally. Yeah, it's actually his quietest year in the as far as the forward line, the goals this year. But
he missed a few games.
Yeah, he has missed a few games. I reckon he'll put it up in the wind here. Clayton goes the dummy lead, and what do you reckon? Straight through the high diddle.
Nope.
Point.
I think that was very similar to the Roos in the first one. The Eagles got up and about there, didn't they, to try and cheer it through?
They got me. That time. Anyway, got me. Point.
Yeah, I was just watching Matt Creddy, and Matty usually loves a bit of a goal, and if he didn't celebrate, I thought, nah, she mustn't be a goal. Here's Ali Bias. Great kick there against the wind. Finds Luke Durden here on the back flank. Just sits it up. Not the best kick, but he's kicked it to Corey Beard. Great pressure there. Casey Beard out the back. Dusty Ware. He'll look to go inside. Great pressure by Yeelanna. Dougie Pearce gets a little dinky kick. Casey Beard goes back inside. He'll try and get his own ball on the ground there for Yeelanna. That is Tommy Davis.
Tom Davis, yes. Yep. Tom's got the ball now, handballing out to Michael Crittenden. Michael Crittenden able to get on the boot, we get it forward. Clayton Colbert, runs underneath it. Matt Crittenden charging there as Gonzo, tackled on the line and tackled over the line as another point to United down. 3 goals 5 to 5 goals 3. I think I'm going to check those scores are right at the halftime break.
It'd be pretty close. If it's not that, I reckon that seems like what it's been is Ali Bias wheels around and finds Macaulay Glover deep inside. Look, the Roos have done well. Yeelanna have probably dominated this quarter and probably a little bit unlucky not to have a few. But the one thing is none of their shots have come from directly in front. They've all been sort of wide, I reckon, Habs.
Yep, absolutely. They haven't been, or Corey has been lurking in the middle all the time, so it's been able to block up and clog it up. So they've not had any easy ball use there. Yeelanna are going to have to do the same when it comes out at the third quarter. This wind is, you need to make the most of the wind when you have it. And so far, Yeelanna haven't been able to do that. Maxi charging, he's the oldest player in the side there. Playing his 50th game for Yeelanna, and I think he's played 430 games in his career. And being able to turn that speed on is just amazing. He's been in the best players, all bar one game this year.
And Anzac Day medalist as well last time these two sides met. And you'd love to have someone like Maxi. Look, he can turn a game in 5 or 10 minutes of footy, but at the same time can shut down one of the other team's best players. And you'd just love having guys like that. I mean, that's why Yeelanna have been so good. Everyone talks about their stars, but a lot of people don't realise it's the depth that they've had over this period.
Yeah, it's the problem if you can shut out one of the the top players or whatever, the next tier. That's they just keep coming players. Clayton Colbert handballs onto Aaron Watson. Aaron Watson slots it through the middle. They're just there. Yep. That was a brilliant passage of play. Actually, very clean off the tap. We haven't seen too many of those today. There's been lots of where the ball's gone and then that third handball was got tackled. That was a handball forward, and Yeelanna have been able to get a clean bit of play.
Yeah, Will Simon's there, absolute brilliant tap work in the ruck, and one of those that might get replayed throughout the week. I'm sure. I know this is, both teams will probably be using this as a bit of footage that they can use, and Will Simon's there, set it up, put it on the platter for him, worked it forward, and snag with another snag.
Yeah, he's living up to his name. He's the leading goal kicker for United Yeelanna today, off of the wing.
Oh, bunning snags.
Let's see this tap down. Gaten Gerber against Fergus Slate. Fergus looked like he wasn't really
Wasn't even watching there.
He was sort of just casually getting ready, and next thing the ball gone up. So Travis Beard in the middle, as you predicted. Gone up. Aaron Watson taking the mark there, looking for options. Go out wide. He'll hit up. Will Simons gone over the top of his head. Adam Manane to tidy up. Last year's male medalist to Xavier Watson, a former male medalist. He's only got 3 of the. Will Simons kicking forward with his left foot.
Oh, bamboozles everyone there. Great pressure by Damien Kelly right at the last line of defence and wraps him up. Great tackle there by Gonzo Kelly.
It's just what we expect out of Gonzo, isn't it? It just does that so well. Him and Mitch Jolly, if you get tackled by either of them, they stay tackled. There's not too many breaking those tackles. Will Simons gets up there with Fergus Slate, but the ball's come out with Locke. I couldn't quite see who kicked it. I think it was Macaulay Glover. Dane Habner can contest the Adam Manane handball back to Dane, and Dane just looking to touch the ball before it went over the line, ready for a throw in. Let's see who wins this contest just here. I think this is a little critical moment here, Broads.
Yeah, definitely. We saw how I reckon that goal right at the end of the first quarter is really. It's already shown how important that is now. Lock winning by 4 points, about 20 minutes gone in this second quarter, I believe. And look, if Yeelanna bang, they've got a chance here to bang sort of 1 or 2 more on, especially with this breeze. And look, Lock just really need to just get some space. They've really struggled to move the ball this quarter, and Yeelanna's pressure is going through the roof.
Yeah, no, it's this little critical period here. If Lock can stop Yeelanna from scoring too much here, that's a win. And Yeelanna need some goals here. We're 19 minutes into the second quarter. There's probably about 5-6 minutes left in the before half time. We're pretty close. For 4 goals 5 to 5 goals 3. It's Lock slightly nose in front at the moment, but they just need to if they can stop them scoring, and Yeelanna at the same token, just looking at if they can bang on 2 goals, they'll be very, very happy with that.
Yeah, look, it's everything it lived up for as Fletcher Beard goes to clear Dusty Ware up against Bo Madden.
Great handball. Out to Matty Dyer. He's getting stuck. Dusty Ware just wrapped him up before he could move.
A little bit lucky there, I reckon, Danger, but
well, his saving grace was he got tackled as soon as he first had it, and he never really got out of the tackle sort of thing. So the Dusty just kept coming at him. Oh no, Dusty, has he done anything there? Or thought he'd done a hamstring for a moment as he hopped. Maybe panic. You don't like to see injury, so another contest here. Both Lock need to get it forward. And we'll need to stop the scores and.
It just seems like Yeelanna just have more speed around the stoppage. They're hitting it at pace as ball goes back in. Macaulay Glover probably could have marked that in the end. I don't think there was enough voice there by the Roos letting him know that he could do that. As Levi Brown wheels around Casey Carr, just drives out of the back line. It's done well. Probably could have been without it, but great pressure by Maxfield and Will Simons there as the boundary umpire throw it in on the half-forward line for Yeelanna.
Yeah. Fletcher Chatfield throws it in. Will Simon versus Fergus Slate taps it down straight to Mitch Jolly, but he was just a bit close to the contest as Levi Brown gets a handball to Macaulay Glover out to Nuffy Northcott. He's just barely got his 15 and to dive forward for it. Good to see Nuffy. Oh, just into the wind. It's just you can see the havoc. The havoc is getting the ball to the foot as part of what the wind caused, and Gaten Gerber cutting it off. Oh, no.
Declan Allen swooping in on that one.
With speed. Well done to Dave Watson. His wheels are out on his left. To Jed Manane. Jed's got options. He's got his brother in the middle there. Tim Bohm looking to hold him up. Adam Manane spots up, snag Watson. Looks inside, hits Matt Crittenden. The Junk Beard dives on the ball. And... Casey Carr was trying to set him up for not letting him
hold the ball, wasn't it? Yeah.
Let him for letting him look like pointing out to the umpire he's on his own here.
Matty Haylock being a former defender, I reckon he'd give the defenders a bit of a benefit of the doubt, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I don't know, Matt. Yeah, don't know. He's very fair umpire, Matt. He just calls it how he sees it, and you know where you stand with Matt. I like that from an umpire. Decisive. It makes it easier to play too. So
you know what you're going to get before the game even starts. And just want to say, I think they've both done, him and Osh has a really good job so far today. It's sometimes I think, there is a bit of, touchy free kicks, which sometimes you don't want to see, but you can understand why they do get called sometimes. But today it's been good in two quality sides, and they've both been allowed to play.
Dane Habner got a little dribble kick, but I didn't get enough on it. And Corey Beard cut it off there, running it out. Ali Bias grabs it before it goes over the boundary line. I took the mark, sorry.
That's all right.
Just a casual mark. It was that quick and that low. I sort of missed it in some ways. It didn't seem right. I almost got it to Corey Beard again, but it just fell to his knees and wasn't quite able to handle it. Sean Maxfield handballs it forward after creating some space. Dane Habner looking for options here. Spots up. And he's hit Fletcher Beard, is that?
Yeah, that's young Fletcher just barreling through. Plays a little bit different to his old man Clunker. I'm sure you probably played against a couple of times there, Habs.
Yeah, I got to play in a premiership with Clunk. He talked me into it at Marble Range at B grade. Talked me into it.
Oh yeah.
I played in a premiership B grade with him with Clunker as the ruck. Enjoyed playing with Clunk because it means you don't have to ruck.
Yeah.
Fletcher's a very different player. Good ball user. But yeah, and
good kick there.
Yeah.
That's right on the end of the finger. You can hear that from here.
Yeah, I think he's chops dislocated his finger. We a fair guess. As it gets booted out wide here, Matty Dyer's going to tidy it up, looking for options, and he hits up and he's hit Casey Beard into the sun though. It's a bit tricky. While Gretton gets the handball and he's gone to handball into the sun himself. Dougie Pearce mops up. Travis Beard picks it up. Dusty Ware, Blaze K looking to get rid of it. Got the handball away. Adam Manane cuts it off. He boots it forward, and it's just overcooked it. Clayton Colbert at full speed, charging towards the boundaries, 10 men deep into the crowd. As it did not get a touch on it. So Fletcher again kicking it forward. Gaten Gerber going to take the mark because the ball just dropped short with the breeze. It's a hard one to get. Corey couldn't quite get there. Just dropped short, about 10 metres shorter than what most players anticipated.
Yeah. Luke Northcott last week jumped off the tractor to fill in for B grade and unfortunately had to play 2 games because a couple of blokes got injured late. Obviously one of the cameramen last week, and then the next man up got injured, and so straight back in from playing 2 games. Hasn't been to a training yet and playing again today. So good on Nuffy, and hopefully he keeps playing.
Right there, you just see how tricky the breeze is. You don't see Corey Beard make many mistakes, and he's just he's popped it out of bounds on the full. Matt Dyer looking to put it centre and to hit up Corey Beard. Corey, you out in the empty flank on there. Ali Bias going to use up that space. Gets a handball on to Dusty Ware, put him under pressure as Zave Watson just wrapped him up.
Zave playing a bit of a different role across half back by the looks here.
Yeah, has been today. He's been playing a lot more. He's been playing a lot in the midfield as you'd expect and whatever. But he's playing different roles, especially today.
Yeah. So that'll be balled up again. I reckon I just scored that one pretty quickly. I reckon it won't be far off the halftime siren here. And look, it was touted as one of the game of the rounds and well and truly living up to it here at Karkoo. Couldn't do it without our sponsors today either, Habs.
Yeah, Bendigo Bank, the community bank, they've put 7 mil back into the community in the last 20 years. It's a remarkable, makes a big effort, these sort of things, partnership with them for the grand final. And Alex Glover, goal right before half-time to put them in front, I think. I'll need to check the scores. I'm not packing. I'll double-check it and we'll see whether it's right at the beginning of the third quarter. But this is the game we wanted, Brody. Yeah, fantastic. And also, Port Lincoln Prestige, they've come on board as well as a sponsor to help out, sponsoring this game and also the grand final. So thank you to both of those. It's important to have good sponsors and recognise them.
Yeah, absolutely. Leagues don't run without sponsors. Clubs don't run without sponsors, and volunteers that we know are just as important as sponsors. And look, we're pretty lucky here in Great Flinders. I think we have some of the best. And as umpire Robbins throws the ball up, tap one down by no one really. It'll be another ball up here in the centre of the ground. You can even just see it. The ball gets thrown up in the air and just drifts to the right hand side of our screens.
Absolutely, what the game that we were looking for. The skill, the pressure has been up, and so when and there we go, the siren right there. You know, I think it's 5 goals 5 to 5 goals 3. The absolute cracking game, exactly what we were hoping for, Brody. The who have you seen the best players from either side as we go into the halftime break?
Yeah, look, I think when you look across the middle of the ground, Adam Manane in everything. There's not often a clearance that Yeelanna don't win that Adam Manane hasn't really played a part of. Probably hasn't been the best player, but I've loved Clayton Colbert's just movement across the forward lines. He just brings something different to that forward line. Snag Watson for the Eagles as well, but. I mean, on the other side for the Roos, I think Dougie Pearce coming in. He's played a pretty good role today. Fletch Beard, been impressed with him. I mean, Macca Glover as well, and Lukey Durden, probably the top four would mind for the Roos. How about yourself? And Gonzo Kelly.
Yeah, well, you can throw a blanket over Snag Watson going past 2 goals. Yeah, from the wing. Clayton Colt's had to play up forward. His usual role is the wing sort of thing. He's got that um, that style of game, whatever. And he's learning, and they're trying to get him to play forward as well in that role because he's unstoppable with his speed and athleticism. It's a tough matchup and a good foil for Alex Glover. Like matchup, they work in well together when they mesh. And as you've still got with Matt Crittenden in there as well, and Spog still to come. I think that best players. This is my least favourite part of
Matty
any of
Dyer's
this.
been really good too.
He has. He's when he's using the ball really well. I think that they've actually been able to, Locke have been able to minimise his impact there. He hasn't sliced them apart. He's as much as he does sometimes. Corey Beard just I think he had a big influence in that cut off a lot of Yeelanna's attack and stopped probably 3 goals. But yeah, I think Michael Crittenden's been really good as well. He's just, we have high expectations of him. He's lived up to them. Adam Anane, as you said, been in those clearances a lot. Liam Gerber's pressure is still good. Like we underrate what that pressure and the tackling has been good from both sides. Mitch Jolly, he's been taking marks as well as creating forward pressure for United Yeelanna. That's just a few of the guys, but I think it's been an all-rounded game from both sides here. Fletcher Beard's been really good from the back line, especially in that last quarter. We'll look forward to the second half, Brody.
Yeah, absolutely. It's set up, and you've got two good teams when you can't just look and say these three have been great. I think that's the best part about these two sides is when one player doesn't stand up, someone else will. And hopefully, we have a just as good second half in the works. And this win, I reckon whoever wins, lock bang on 4 or 5, they'll be in the box seat. United Yeelanna keep them to 2 or 3, they'll be in the box seat, Hab. So a big quarter to come.
Yep, absolutely. We'll be back in about 10 minutes' time. Rightio, welcome back to the third quarter of United Yeelanna versus Lock on this glorious day. Almost 20 degrees, wind 22 k's an hour coming from the north-northwesterly, from left to right on your screen. Cracking game. I've made a correction. I'd double press the button somewhere along there, Brody, and 5-goal 4 to 5-goal 3. Exactly what you want to see from the grand finalists from last year. Top two, number 1 and 2. The going to be a interesting third quarter here, Brody.
Yeah, huge third quarter here, mate. Whoever wins this one, I reckon will go on to win the game. So Lock probably need to bang on 4 or 5. Eagles want to keep them to that 2 or 3 goals here.
So we're still saying the three goal wind, we reckon. So Lock. So if Yeelanna can stay within 3 goals and Lock, they're looking for 3, they need to be 4, 5 goals ahead at 3-quarter time. You know, that's the way the breeze is working at the moment. And things change, obviously, but just the intensity straight out of the gate, coming off 15-minute breaks is what we've gone to in the Great Flinders at half-time. Scrapped the odds kick, moved it to earlier in the day, and they meant for a shorter break, which I think the players generally like a shorter break. So Adam Manane kicked it straight to Mitch Jolly, and the ball's just bobbling around at the moment. The pressure has gone up intensely in this first minute. It's exactly what you want to see. It's creeping towards Yeelanna's way, but one kick and she's out again. So we'll see here. No one can get a clear. The ball just marking along. Sean Maxfield getting a kick forward, but still only gone about 15 metres forward. But Michael Crittenden taking a mark, outbodying young Fletcher Beard. But he's 50 out, too far out to score, looking for options, looking to someone to kick to. You'll see with it, and Lock players just sitting in the middle, Macaulay Glover and Gonzo Kelly just clogging up that centre corridor and not allowing Yeelanna to have a easy shot.
Every second counts against this breeze, Habs. So I reckon he's done well to kick it that far, though.
Oh, just across the face, 1 point.
Yeah, look, great start by United Yeelanna here in this third quarter, though, mate. It's all they want to do is stoppage after stoppage, not allow Lock to get over the back here. But look, obviously the ball is you can see Luke Dooney kicking out here, but there's only one player forward of centre here, so both teams playing a high press, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of run in this last quarter.
Levi Brown took the mark out there, but a handball inside. And Clayton Colbert taking the mark directly in front. Take your time, mate, into the wind. Yeah, it's
really important moment here.
It is. It's gonna be. Is it third mark of the spot's gonna be kicking from about 35, I reckon. But that wind and it's crossed a little bit from. If we want to go inside the right post,
keep it low
and punch it over the top of Dusty Ware on the mark. It's sort of not the easiest of kicks here. Lines up. Punched it too far right.
It's a tricky one. One of those ones you wouldn't even mind someone like a Gonzo Kelly on there, where you just have to get that extra height to get over the man on the mark, and it'll hold up in this wind. But look, Luke Durden will look to kick it out for Lock. Like we said, great start here by the Eagles as Luke Durden goes looking for Travis Beard in the centre of the ground. Great spoil from behind there as Xavier Watson launches back inside 50, looking for Jolly. Great pressure there by Jed Sievert. Levi Brown, once again, all wrapped up, and it'll be...
Liam Gerber tackled there. Yep.
Couple of hard footballers there, I reckon, Habs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great to see Liam Gerber back here playing for the Eagles as well. Yankalilla, I reckon he was playing. Is that right out there?
That's right, with Joel Kay, the connection there to get him playing there. Him and Mace Micken, I reckon, went down there.
Yeah.
Joel Kay played a lot of footy for United Yeelanna as a junior. Shout out if he's listening. Yeah, Liam Gerber runs on, gets a kick forward. Clayton Cole with the head. Look at the speed. Like he just, quick, got the handball on, and Maxi tackled as he went to kick. Looking to bring it out through. Oh, I can't quite see there. I reckon it was Declan Allen, Daly Beard first off, and he's equally in speed. Slim Shady.
Yeah, Slim Diddy.
Slim Diddy, right. I don't know whether he'd be claiming Diddy at the moment. Ball up again. Intensity, pressure, looks good. It's just game on.
Yeah, Yeelanna big guns around the footy at the moment, and one thing I've noticed is Matt Creddy's moved himself behind the footy he has. So obviously Matt, we know what he can do ahead of the ball, but just a smart footballer. And, if it's going to be someone dropping back in the hole, perfect person to do it.
Yeah, fearless. Glover getting a run on here, taken out as he kicked. Good pressure from Macaulay Glover, and just enough to spoil the ball as Luke Durden is taking the mark and pass it on to Levi Brown out in the flank.
Never looks like he gets out of first gear, Levi, but he just always managed to find space. Oshes is called too high there to Dane Habner out in the wing, and really good battle between those two boys out there today.
It has, I think, and I'd probably give the at the moment, Ali's been ahead of Dane. Dane's had been playing some excellent footy. Today's just been a bit quiet for his usual standard sort of thing. So, but that one was too high. Ali had his arm around and put his arm over his shoulder. Old Crittenden just turning around and bombing it into the middle. Alex Glover, good hands. Taking the mark. Claimed to be touched, but umpires deemed it as a mark.
Really good first 5 minutes here by Yeelanna. They've come in and they've just beaten Lock around the footy, and they've really jammed it up, haven't allowed them any space to get over the back. And we saw the first 5 minutes, Lock could just get those connecting kicks up forward, but they can't now. And Yeelanna looking really good as Alex Glover comes in looking for another goal. He's missed.
Another point. They haven't been able to put on the scoreboard yet, bro. 3 points in a row. But yeah, I told you that breeze is tricky kicking into. It's just trying to one time. It's starting to be a bit gusty by the look of the flags, and it's just been a bit tricky for them. Corey Beard, he'll be
drops the chest mark.
You don't see that often. But Corey be frustrated himself taking that because they, take that and suddenly you're at centre forward with the next kick. Instead, it's a throw up. Matt Haylock trying to clear a space for him to walk back into. Michael Crittenden gets the ball, tackled as he straight away.
Great work there by Jed Siebert. Just bursts through a couple of tackles and gets a handball over the top.
Looked inboard and then gone to Xavier Watson as taking the ball, kicks it forward to Clayton Colbert. Who's then snagged Watson down there. What's the wingman doing at the top of the square? Kicking goals is what he's doing.
Snag.
Well, he's kicked half of Yeelanna's goals today. He's kicked 3 of the 6. It's quite a feat from the wing. I mean, the question mark of what is he doing at the top of the goal square? But if you're going to rove like that, it's hard to beat, isn't it? So
yeah, absolutely, Habs. Very good by Yeelanna here to start it. I think they've just really wrote the blueprint to how you score into this win. You get numbers around the contest, and you just keep driving it forward, however you need to do it. So, Yeelanna first 5 minutes, big tick for them. Lock will be looking to get one back right away. So.
Yeah.
Yep, you go, mate.
Yeah, 1 goal, 3 though. That's the only thing. They've dominated the possession so far, but it's only put 9 points on the scoreboard, which is great into the win. But they need to do more. Here we are. This is what we expected out of Locke. The Chop Beard. I reckon he's going to get a goal or a point. Kicked it from inside the square. 1 point. Better get that on the scoreboard here.
Yep, big Chop Beard, the big Boonana coming out, and Matty Dyer We'll look to clear for Yeelanna from the goal square here. I reckon he'll come out looking for Matt Creddy.
Yep.
Great kick, just to his advantage.
Yep. The wind just took it out of Daly Beard's reach. Like have clogged up this wing, and normally they'd look to spring to.
Oh, what is that one?
Oh, it's just that it tells you what the wind's doing right here. It's just not easy just getting it to the boot with how that 20k wind.
I was just surprised. You don't see many times Matt Creddy like that. Oh, great hands by Corey Beard and the Dukes.
Too strong, beat both Jed Manane and Oscar Paul there. They had 2 on 1 and took the grab. He's just tall. And it just reads the ball earlier than anyone else. It's just a remarkable player.
All 40 kilos of Declan Allen trying to help Corey Beard up. Not sure how much he actually tried. He actually helped him there, Habs. But look, big kick in the context of this game. Corey Beard will be kicking from about 35 metres here, I reckon. He strolls in. You'll know straight away what's going on. Yep, he likes that game on here in the third quarter.
Point.
Oh, no.
I was watching the goal umpire.
Good call, Habs.
Wary, honest as the day is long, and called to the point. I sort of, I've seen it before.
We've seen it from both teams today, haven't we? They've done a good job.
Goal umpires called it. He didn't look. wary. Oh no, that's across the face and got away from Oscar Paul. Couldn't get a hand on it, and Locke will bring it back in.
Dusty Ware look to go inside here. He's got Declan Allen on here in the pocket. Oh, I think he missed one there. No.
Yeah, Liam would have cut him off. I reckon he was.
Oh, big chop beard.
Good grab, chop. Yeah, he'll backing him in for the high diddle. Show the cousin how it's done. There's plenty of beards out there, cousins and brothers. Chop.
More beards than a ZZ Top concert, I reckon, is a saying there, Habs. And look, he's usually had a bit of a stutter. He comes in, he's looking all right here. You'll know straight away with Chop. He does like one, but he's just missed that to the left-hand side there. Another great kill by the Tortoise in Craig Ware.
6 goals 7 to 5 goals 6. Both sides be frustrated with we've had 1 goal 5 kicked for the beginning of the second half. We're 10 minutes into the second half and 1 goal 5. Just that wind is just coming across a bit and creating havoc. Good mark by Travis Beard there, looking for Blaze K. It's just gone over the top of his head. McCall, a hard ball gets here. The Chop Beard, he's going to go across his body. 1 goal 6 for the quarter.
Yeah. The game's starting to open up now, but neither team can capitalise on it. Look, Ben Glover will try and bring this one out. He'll go in short, looking for Will Symes, go straight over the top, and Travis Beard here. What's he going to do? He's going to look for Levi Brown in short or go straight over the top for Corey Beard. Ball hits it back. Umpire
Fergus roving.
Oh, no way. Oh.
Point.
That's what I'm saying. The kind of things that Declan Allen can do. He's just got that bit of spark, Habs. Oh, we got a blood rule here. Corey Beard coming off. Just trying to have a look where he's bleeding from. What's he got? Smart work there by Blaze K. He was charging off and said, "No, we're kicking out. United aren't kicking out. Take your time and let us set up properly." So both of these sides very experienced with just those little things, Habs.
Yeah, well, Nuffy wasn't in a hurry to get back on. He's looking to suck in the big ones. Matt Dyer gets out past the 50. On the flank there, the ball contested, just constant bodies going in everywhere. 3 lock players over the top of the Yeelanna there to make sure they hold it in. Yeah, Will Symes was at the bottom of the pack, stands up, ready to the ruck tap. Who's he got to tap to against his Chops in the middle there as well? Yep.
Big chop
Ferg's
going up
forward.
there. Levi Brown gets the handball to Blaze K. Usually a pretty good user inside 50. Or could have been a free kick there to Declan Allen. Umpire calls play on. Trav Beard gets one. Back even. I know Locke have just hit the lead by a point here at the coup. 10 minutes into the third quarter. Locke kicking with the aid of about a 3-goal breeze, I think we've said, Habs. And look, it is game on, but probably give the points to United Yeelanna for the first half of this quarter.
Yeah, at the moment, that's as we call it, 3-goal breeze. We said it, the break-even point would be if Yeelanna are within 3 points at 3-quarter time. It's a 3-goal breeze at the moment. There been 1 goal, 2 goals, 6 so far in the second half. Well done, Trav. Just speed, pure speed there. Got there, used it well. Chop Beard creating havoc.
Blaze
as
K.
he's knocked it down to Blaze K, handball to Macaulay Glover, who's bombed it forward. Matt Dyer should have probably taken that, but didn't know what was behind him as well. That Rees is just carrying the ball further. Travis Beard using his speed again. Next thing, having to use the left foot though. Less dominant foot.
Yep.
Yeah, as Dane Habner looks to bring it back in.
Trav Beard saw goals there. Probably had Declan Allen on in the inside there, and great kick by Dane Habner finding Exie Watson. He'll find his good mate in Plugger Creddy. How many times do you reckon those two have whacked between each other over the years?
No, I'll tell you what, Watson, his disposal has improved with age. Like his efficiency is has got really high. The ball just sitting up here. Gaten Gerber or Casey Carr. Casey Carr's taken the mark here. He's looking to go along the boundary again, looking for Sean Maxfield. He's hit him up. He's just in front of Gonzo. Yeah, as the cameraman looks for the ball, and it's just gone over the top of Alex Glover's head.
One thing I love about Casey Carr and the likes of Xavier Watson is they don't kick the ball to a player. They kick a ball where a player should be,
Yep.
and they make them look good. And that's what you want in your stars.
Yeah, they had a reunion the other day, last week, of the oath.
They'd have one every year, wouldn't they, these boys?
Well, of the fours and fives is what it was. There's a bit of competition between because there's six from the 2014 Colts Premiership, and there's a bunch from the 4-5 Colts Premiership, and there's three medals in the 4-5s. All of them have got one name on it though, Xavier Watson.
Yeah.
But there's two male medals in the 2014 Colts side of Adam Manane and Braden Martin, who's not playing today. So, a bit of friendly competition between them. But those two Colts Premiership sides make up the majority of this A grade.
Yeah, exactly right. Now, as the ball trickles out to the wing, young Jack Kennedy coming off a game in the B grade, just can't pick it up. Good pickup there it was by Jed Manane. Gets the ball to Caretti, over to Dane Habner, who launched inside 50. And Casey Carr, somehow all on his own. Look, they got number one-on-ones ahead of the footy here. And Clayton Colbert again inside 50. Look, he's been dangerous up there, Habs.
Yeah, speed creates havoc. Like Fletcher Beard was defending on his own a little bit, and Clayton just able to lead out. The early lead, Alex Glover led out first and created space behind him for Clayton to lead into once Casey was more ready. Just clean ball use, isn't it? Yeah, both sides when they're on, they do that so well. Yeelanna have set the mark across the league for the last 10 years, and Locke in the last couple of probably 5 has marked it. That is an excellent goal. Colbert adds to his total to bring him to 2. 7 goals, 7 to 6 goals, 9. Just accurate kicking at the moment is the gap.
Yeah.
2 goals, 3, I think, for the quarter to Yeelanna, and 2 goals, 1, 2 goals. Oh, I've lost track of where, just Locke haven't been able to use the wind quite as well. 16 minutes into the third quarter. Locke, next 10 minutes is going to be pretty critical for the game. We're wanting to see Locke put on a few here. Let's see this centre clearance. Who wins this here?
Yeah, massive centre clearance here. United Yeelanna take back the lead with that one as ball's one down on the ground. United Yeelanna have been dominating stoppages so far this quarter as Dane Habner just gets a hand in place. Dusty Ware sweeps it out wide. Probably could have jammed it on the boot there. Had more time than what he thought. Oh, missed the footy there, does Dusty Ware. Macaulay Glover picks it up out the back. Finds Casey Beard. He's got more time. He's just going to push long. Corey Beard looking like Lord Voldemort there. He's going to go back and I reckon he can kick that from here, especially with this wind.
We just put it up, back yourself in, put it up left-hand post, sail in. I reckon he's going to pass off, but he should be having a shot.
Yeah, he's got Dougie Pearce on inside here.
Yeah, they've crowded it up now. Like he'd need.
Jeez, he's hit it pretty well here.
No, I reckon it's going to go marked on the line, touched.
But good work there it was by Xavier Watson, who's going to charge out of fullback. And he'll just lay someone out here, you'd presume. Great body work there it was. And a strong mark by Michael Cretton here on the back flank. Eagles. And straight over the top, finding Liam Gerber. He'll look to go inside. Is it on? No, it finds Macaulay Glover.
He was looking for Dane Habner, but he just miskicked it with a...
Oh. Has he got a bit of cramp?
Or 18 minutes into the...
I hope that's cramp for Macca Glover. Oh,
smothered
great pressure here.
Yeah, Ware just got his...
Oh, great contest by both players. Courageous at the footy there. It was by Matt Creddy and Dusty Ware.
Yep, just absolutely flat out. 2 guys going hard at the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, less than ideal cramping time. You still got a quarter to go. Yeah, that tells you a lot about how hard Macaulay Glover has been working both ways, forward and attack. Just over the top of Alex Glover, he just was on his way down when the ball got to him. And out wide, this is brought back in by Dusty Ware, I think, and then spoiled by Dane Habner to go out of bounds. We're looking for the throw in here.
Yeah, United Yeelanna definitely taking control of this game in the third quarter. Only 2 goals to 1 their way, but also kicking into about a 3-goal breeze here. So Locke really love to get some out the back here and jam 2 or 3.
Yep, Aaron Watson there has come off for a few minute rest as they're giving Lockie Hancock freedom on the wing, and Michael Credden out of nowhere, really, for a goal.
That's a huge goal, Habs. And look, you think Lock, do they just desperately need to go in this next 5 minutes if they're going to stay within the game? Look, funny things have happened in footy, but we've seen all day, and that second quarter especially, they struggled. They struggled to score, but Yeelanna just winning the ball around stoppage and just look like the hungrier team at the moment.
Yeah, and for first half, they've just lost that little edge of being attacking. There's been a few guys just not quite putting the pressure on there. That come from nothing then.
Yeah.
That shouldn't have been a goal. Should have been pressure right on there, but Michael Crittenden made it look easy and just hucked it through the middle of the goals. It's it's Yeelanna's favourite at the moment. Blaze in there, Chop Beard in there, Casey Beard and Trav, along with Gonzo in the middle. They've gone up a notch.
Yeah.
Well, Gonzo's on Matt Creddy, who's come on the half forward, half back.
Yeah. Adam and Aid head over the footy, gets the ball out, finds Liam Gerber. Great chase down it was. Yeah, that's a good call. The ball hit the ground first there by Daly Beard. That's just what Lock need. Just something to spark them at the moment. You think, Habs?
Yep, absolutely. Going to need up the pressure. Out to Tim Bowen wide. Tim will walk around on his left.
No, he won't.
I've heard he's got a right foot.
Oh, that's a big push in the back, that one. Oh. Great spot to do it though, because Oshers was facing the right way. So I reckon that's.
Well, they both all look at the ball's coming into the sun too. It's not really helping here. We're in a good position to see what's going on. Yeah, Bo Madden sits it up on the wing, and great mark by Will Simons. That's good hands. It was required. A lot of pressure on there. There's a big pack, and he had to get through about 3 to get there. Booting it up forward. The ball just sitting up on the wind. Casey Carr not quite able to take it. Michael Crittenden right there at the feet, charging, puts it out into the space and says to his brother Matt, "Go and get it." And Jack Kennedy, was it there?
Nah, that was Jed Siebert.
Jed Siebert.
Completely come off his own man there. And if Yeelanna got that over the top, then Lock were in trouble. But did the team thing, come off his man, and just really, really cut it off there. But look, Lock desperately need to go here. Yeelanna, they're just flooding players around stoppages, and they just look harder at the ball at the moment.
Levi Brown going out wide to Daly Beard. Thought he was going to kick that for a moment.
Didn't look a bit like that, didn't it?
He was winding up, and that's not good.
Matty Haylock throws.
He's telling him where they're going to throw it up, and they're both standing behind him. So Liam Gerber just charges off the line from his brother, and
holding the ball there. Bit of a sneaky elbow there it was by Luke Durden. I reckon that'll be, those two know each other pretty well, I reckon. Would have played a bit of footy with each other over the years, Michael Crittenden and Luke Durden. Ball goes in, and that's a great mark over the top there.
Matt Crittenden.
Matt Creddy, who else? Look, it's Yeelanna stars that have really come to play this third quarter. Probably said it was a team performance, but we've seen it time and time again. When Yeelanna play their best footy, those stars just turn it on and take it away from you. Like Michael Creddy's been phenomenal. Casey Carr's been brilliant as well, and Matt Creddy, I mean, this is what he does. Lick the pencil, I reckon.
No, I reckon it should be a point. I reckon he's missed. He didn't look right off the boot, and he's put that through for a behind. He just didn't look like he came in properly, and it's a tricky breeze. We've talked about that. Like, there's a lot of good kicks missing that targets today with that breeze. Is inconsistent and causing havoc. Fletcher Beard kicking in says a lot when they're letting the young fella kick him in.
Yeah, bit of a nice little kicking style. He never usually winds up, but the ball just sails off his boot, young Fletch, and look, he'll be a real important player as the year goes on in that back lines. And but look, back to this game. Yeelanna, I think we've just got to give them full credit. As we're talking about Lock, they need a lift, but Yeelanna, they've just been harder at the ball, Habs.
Lots of yelly and carry on. Can't quite. We're just sort of in a blind little spot just here where I'm trying to see on the screen as it's thrown up. Yeah, another ball up here is Matt Haylock's going to throw it up with Will Simons and Aaron Beard knocking it down. Lock clearing it out here, but Matt Dyer in front of Nuffy. Nuffy then being able to turn around and kick it off the ground, put it out into space. races on between Ben Glover and Corey Beard. Ben Glover got through and Corey Beard ran into Matt Crittenden.
Oh, that's a dangerous kick here inside. The ball
wasn't really the option. Lockie Hancock is just learning the game of what these other guys have played together for a long, long time. He's just learning what the do's and don'ts. Possibly a don't just then with it to a contest. It was only because it was a contest was the moment.
Great work by Liam Gerber there, just nullifying the contest there. Both players hard at it. None of them collected the footy. Hanging on there to Deckers Allen, just grabbed him by the back of the Guernsey there, did Adam Manane. Ali Bias will wheel around on his left. You can't leave Ali Bias going around the back of the contest. Oh, pretty good kick, but once again, desperation in the last line of defence. There it was by Yeelanna.
I thought off the boot that looked good. It looked all the way good, and just on that last line, the wind brought it back inside. Oh, Gayton and Liam spoiling each other brothers there. A word about that. Xavier Watson getting the kick out, handball out to Bo Madden, who got dribbled along the ground. He's got it to Maxi.
Timmy Boehm tackling Gayton Gerber. That's a little bit of a mismatch there, I reckon, Habs.
Gayton versus Chop here is interesting, of the heights to advantage to Chop. Travis and Adam Manane clash there, and Travis keeping his feet really well, sending it back inside. Matt Dyer, 150 games for United Yeelanna, and still just giving it everything.
Oh.
I was just watching the off the ball. Sorry, I missed the moment because I was actually watching what happened off the ball. There's a bit of tussling as well, so it distracted me for the moment.
That's a siren to end the third quarter, and look what a quarter it was by United Yeelanna. Lock needed to come out and bang on 3 or 4, but it was United Yeelanna doing that in this third quarter. Look, their stars came out to play. They just had more numbers around the ball, created more stoppages, and it wasn't pretty, but they just surged the ball forward at times and made goals out of nothing, Habs.
Yeah, it's wow, I didn't expect that. Honestly, the way Lock have been playing, they've been hard at it. The contest of the ball has been better, but that they'd be disappointed with that quarter. Just the kicking, you convert 2 or 3 of those and it's different again, isn't it? Like that just needed to sink that through. Ali, that's only just missed, and it changes the game.
Yep. No, at the same time, it sets up for a still an interesting last quarter. Look, Lock definitely not out of it. We saw last week Lock actually 8 points down at 3/4 time and kicked 5 goals to none and came out and won the game, Hab. So who knows? They've had a big preseason, and game's not over till that final siren goes.
Oh, absolutely, Brody. You see plenty of sides where everything says, we said the win should be a 3-goal breeze and whatever. That doesn't mean anything at the end of the day for results. Lock bring the intensity back in there. Yeelanna drop off for a second, and suddenly the game's there's nothing in it. We're talking about 56 to 47. Like, we're not even talking 10 points.
Nah.
9 points. The Tumby game, Yeelanna were up at 3/4 time by 9 points, and they were kicking into the wind. Tumby coming home, and you would have said that's not enough. But Yeelanna scored goals into the wind in the last quarter, and Tumby did not. And it was all the difference in that earlier game. This is a very similar scenario here. Both of them can't afford to give an inch. It's what you want out of your top 2 sides. You want to see this contest. It's what we all come to the footy for. It's been some good hard footy. No one giving an inch, and I just think that Lock just backed off just 5%, and it makes all the difference. And suddenly they're not in the position they expected and should have been at 3/4 time, but they're not. The game's not done. There's 9 points here. You can see in the face of the Lock that they're not dejected. They're focused about trying to win this last quarter, because that's where the game. Because these are the moments that the result today will mean a little bit, but it's about the style and the intensity that you bring, because the reality is they'll probably meet each other in finals. The next time they meet is probably the second semi-final, is what it's gearing up to be, unless one of them drop off and they start losing to other sides.
Yeah,
these are our top 2 right at the moment.
I think both sides would be really impressed with their not second stringers, but the role players, the ones who you probably could be on the verge. Like Clayton Colbert, I think he's been phenomenal for United Yeelanna today. In the same time, I think Jed Siebert's been really strong off half back for Lock. He's had a really good year for the Roos. Declan Allen's had moments too, and look, I think You just need to shut down your Yeelanna's keys, and I think Macaulay Glover will try and drag Lock over the line. Hopefully, he's just down to a litre of pickle juice, and he'll be right.
Well, it's going to be a big like it's going to those Daily Beards, the Declan Allens, the Jed Seawarts have all done a role, but we're going to need to see, you know, Chop and Corey uh, and Gonzo and Trav and Luke Durden
Break some lines.
go up a gear and lift them over the side. That's what we saw at United Yeelanna. The people that Michael Crittenden went up a gear, Matt Crittenden got himself more involved. Zave was doing more, X was doing more stuff across the back lines there, and it created goal opportunities. That's what Yeelanna did in that bit. Their best players stood up, and we're looking for that from Locke now to create a contest going into the last quarter.
Yeah, they'll just have to look just to. I think they call it green time. There's your red time, which is you park the bus in soccer terms, Habs, and then green time is play on, play on. You'd rather go down by 10 goals, having a dip at trying to win a game than playing conservative, I reckon. So it could be a high scoring last quarter for us. So 1 quarter to go. United Yeelanna winning. Oh, at the moment, they're leading by 9 points and they're probably kicking with about a 3-goal breeze here at the Cooplex. It's been a great day of footy. The Coo always put on a brilliant day, and the ground's in fantastic nick, Habs.
Yeah, no, it's been out of watering at the start of the year. Gee, felt like forever, a long time having to water and whatever. But it's looking good. The guys, Tom Cash, and shout out to Tom and Brody, do a lot of work with that. I assume some other guys help them, but I know they're the ones that take the pride in it. It's looking magnificent.
Yep, big first clearance here. Locke get the first goal, and who knows what might happen in this first quarter as umpire Robbins throws the ball right up in the air. Tap one down there by Gerber, and Macaulay Glover bursts from the stoppage. Shuck there right at the back by Adam Manane. Well done, and just launches the Eagles inside 50. Well read at the back it was there by Colbert. Both players hanging on. Casey Carr turns him inside out, gets the handball behind, looking for Will Simons. Ball's on the ground. Gets it back out to Adam Manane. He seems to be everywhere at the moment as Crittenden flicks a ball over the top. Daly Beard and Casey Carr there. A bit of a weight difference between the two, but great pressure by Daly Beard. They're just holding him up.
Two athletes, though, isn't it? Like the intensity. Oh, yeah. You can feel the intensity go up a gear. But yeah, 9 coming into the last quarter. First 30 seconds, just the intensity, and you can feel the anticipation, the crowd, everything at the moment's just gone up a notch.
Yeah, absolutely. Liam Gerber goes on his left, just gets a clearance, kicks to a dangerous spot. Ball hit deck and well tackled there in the middle. Umpire says, I'll throw it up 20 metres out, directly in front of United Yeelanna's goal.
I thought that Liam Gerber was a right footer, but he's kicked more on his left today than his right, I reckon. Good skills. We'll see right here what, this sharking clearance. Oh, shit.
What's going on here? Oh, this is not good. Young Daly Beard.
Yeah, we don't need to show it, I reckon. He's just down at the moment in the pocket. They're just having a look at him.
That's his old man down there with him, so I don't reckon she's too flash here, Habs. But look, he's played a pretty good game. We'll touch on Daly's head down, bum up, and one of the most toughest young lads. He's really taken his game to a new level. So hopefully it's not too serious. But look, this could be a bit of time for the Roos to just stop and say, right, let's just throw everything out the window and have a full crack here. As Gonzo Kelly just limping off, he might grab some pickle juice or something as well. So we just need to, remember this young fella's a little bit sore, and there'll be a bit of time on in this game now too, Habs.
Yep, no, I've paused the clock on the thing, and it will be interesting to see whether it distracts, or because the intensity in this first 2 minutes of the last quarter has gone up. You can feel Locke wanting to win the ball and the create contests and whatever. And as is Yeelanna. Yeelanna hasn't backed off at all. You need to match their intensity. And
one thing I've just noticed is compared to the second quarter, what they're doing is they're not bringing as many. You could hear players call each other back. And look, Blaze Kane said, right, if they want to outnumber us in their forward line, do it. We need to kick goals to win this. Let's set up, so then when we're coming out of our back lines, we have something to kick to now. So you'd rather go down by 6 or 7 goals and have a crack at winning the game, Habs, than just trying to lock it down and make it a respectable score.
Yep, absolutely. That's what's important here. It's not about today's result. It's about setting up for next time you meet, which is possibly the second semi-final.
Yeah,
It's trying to make sure that you're learning what you can today, and it's the intensity that's gone up a notch and needs to continue on. Would look to see who's going to be the ones that stand up in this next little critical period is the next 5-10 minutes as to set the precedent. Lock can get a roll on here. It's suddenly game on. There's only 9 points in it. They get a goal into the wind, and you're 3 points behind. Yeelanna, it's at the top of the square at the moment. They're looking for a goal. Put the pressure on, pile on 5 and send a message, sort of stuff of saying, you can't stop us. That's the challenge is being thrown down, and it's up to Lock to match it now.
absolutely. Well, we've got a bit of a break. We'll touch on another game that was played today, the A-grade netball. So the Eagles and the Roos always have a pretty tight tussle in this one. And while I went off before to proper kill off, I shouldn't say that, but got one to get through this game and found out Lock shot a goal after the whistle, which is now allowed to win by a goal in the A-grade netball here. So I'll have a happy wife because I think she was the one who shot it. So
High pressure stakes there, Broads. Cracking game, football and netball.
Yep.
Best thing about Great Flinders football and netball, we work together playing. That's what we offer. That's why players come and play here.
Exactly right. Two clubs who are no strangers to each other, and two clubs who enjoy a nice drink afterwards too. As umpire Robbins throws the ball up 20 metres out, directly in front of the Eagles forward line. Casey Carr reads it like a book. Just gets a handball out. Macaulay Glover pushes it out. Now, is that going to be a free kick? No, it must have been knocked out in the tackle. There it was. Huge moments this first 5 minutes. United only get one here. It could sink the Roos. Roos managed to just absorb this, and anything can happen.
You can see that more around the ball. When that ball goes up, there's a lot of player movement. There's no one standing stagnant. As he's gone, Lockie Hancock just fumbled when he needed to take that. He's tackled again to Dougie Pearce, but haven't been able to wrap him up. Dougie's only no one from Lock there to help him out, and handball to Casey Carr, and Alex Glover has a shot, and he's put it through for a behind.
Lockie Hancock did drop it, but at the same time, great pressure just to hold Dougie Pearce in there.
Well, it's what you do next, isn't it? You're entitled to make mistakes, but it's being a goldfish, to quote Ted Lasso. You forget the mistake and move on straight away, and what can I do now and impact the contest?
Yep. Great work. Macca Glover took that kick out and just charged out 15 metres, kept it low. Good pick up by Trav Beard, but United Yeelanna at the same time creating pressure as they've done all day. And even when the Lock boys aren't pressured, I'm sure they feel pressured because that's just how they've been.
Well, they haven't given an inch all day. There's been very few. Both sides they've had to kick on the run and speed and whatever. What you're seeing now is there's a lot of movement around the contests of as trying to create something. You watch this here there's not too many stagnant bodies at the moment.
No, just
that's our slowest contest, of course. As soon as I say that, but the Ali Plus charges on left out in front to chop Beard against Tom Davis. Gives it to Blaze K. Sidestep, just shimmies past. Yeah, using left foot. Puts it out in front, but Bo Madden first there gets the ball and then gets it back. He's handballed at Matt Dyer and then smothered from the Lock player. I didn't see who smothered that, but Yeelanna were away then. If they got away, I think that was Blaze that might have smothered that.
Yep.
Or Declan.
Declan Allen, that was. Yep. Just that pressure forward. Just gives everything. He does as Macaulay Glover goes inside 50, looking for Corey. Well cut off there by Ben Glover. He's done a great job today.
Yeah. He's created contests every time. Corey hasn't had too many easy kicks. He's had to work hard for every one of them. Yep. Will Simon's just gone underneath the ball there. Levi Brown marked easily, but Lockie Hancock stopped him from being able to play on quickly. Dusty Ware's been okay. I haven't seen X too much, and I'm assuming that's a bit to do with Dusty, or whether, and it makes you let's wonder about whether X has played a different role.
I think X has sort of been playing across that half a little bit, hasn't he? As Dusty's kick doesn't hit the target. This will go straight over the top here. Jed Siebert straight over the top is Alex Glover. Just makes the contest. Jed chases his own ball. Clayton Colbert just flicks it on. Casey Beard at the back. Roos are just trying to get some run through the middle of the ground. They get it through Macaulay Glover. Back to Casey Beard, looking for his brother Corey, centre half forward. Roos are looking a little bit dangerous. They'd love to get a goal here. Corey just sits it up high, looking for Chop Beard deep in the forward lines. Ball's on the ground. Timmy Baum gets wrapped up there. Look, Lock have come out and have played completely different to how they have in that second quarter. They're just trying to create that overlap run.
Yeah, the intensity's gone up. Around the contest. Macaulay Glover drew 4 Yeelanna players to him, and he was able to give the handball to Casey Beard there, who was running past on his own effectively because Macaulay had just drawn all 4 players into him. Sean Maxfield, that's a bit of a miss kick, I would have thought. Not quite where he wanted, but it's managed to get to Lachlan Hancock, who's chipped it out in front of aiming for Will Simons and too far in front, gone out of bounds.
Yep.
Slapper to bring it in.
Slappy. 100th game for Ferg. Just the big horse just does what he needs to week in, week out. Bit of a road dog. Never flashy, but just gets the job done. Really underrated and very similar to probably a few of the milestone men for United Yeelanna.
Michael Crittenden ran into Liam Gerber coming the other way is what actually happened there. The lock player was a half step back, like in between them. So a bit of foot race here between Clayton Colbert and Gonzo.
Oh, jeez. Chuck them in the next Olympic team, I reckon, those two. Get out, Clayton and Gonzo.
Well, Gonzo, geez, he's kept up a bit of speed there. He determination plus of just to not let him get away. You don't want the young fella getting out on the wing, but he just corralled him towards the boundary and just used his speed. Ran into.
I still remember, I reckon you did for a male medal count one year, and you had a lot of the players talk about the hardest opponents. And I still remember Brad Hazelgrove talked about, he's played very high-level football, and he said one of the hardest players he ever had to stand was Gonzo Kelly.
Yep, no, absolutely. He's never worried about getting kicks himself. Generally, he's quite happy to cut a star out of the game.
Yeah. And we talked about those big players at big moments. Casey Carr, who will be kicking from 45 out here, just used body well, got front position. Nothing Justin Beard could really do there at the time, but yeah, look, it was just well done by Casey Carr and kicks this one. It's going to make it really hard for the Roos. In comes Carr. Straight off the boot. Looks pretty good off the boot straight away. Look, that makes it a 16-point margin. 7.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Eagles kicking with the aid of about a 3-goal breeze. Locke really battled hard that first 5 minutes, trying to just get that overlap run and carry. But look, Eagles, we've seen it time and time again. They need one moment, and at the big moments, their big players stand up.
I think that's Casey's first goal for the day, which is surprising. He's had a few shots and whatever, but the first goal, but stood up there. Yeelanna needed that settler.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Big contest. Blaze K just rose across the back, just read it like a book, and then punches it low, straight to Dusty Ware.
Moved across half forward now, Dusty. I think he's swapping in the midfield maybe with Blaze, so he's going to look to go deep inside. Pretty good kick, considering he's kicking into a bit of a breeze. Roos will be looking for someone on the ground, and it's just tapped through. There's no... you're a very brave man if you're calling a deliberate behind in Great Flinders, so I don't think there's much point appealing for that one. As the ball gets brought in, finding Adam Manane.
Punching low. Yeah, Casey Carr leading out wide in the wing, working junk over. Yeah, Luke Durden against Michael Crittenden. Came over to help out Timmy Bohm and just elite. Excellent awareness of what was required.
Yeah, great to see Luke back playing as well, and I think this might be his 3rd game for the year, and back after the year, you'd assume he's going to play a few more as the Roos look to make a bit of a final charge. Blaze K held without the ball there just for a split second. He looks like he's desperate to try and give the Roos hope in this last quarter.
Well, both of these sides have 3 buys in a row, effectively, because they've got, because of the break. Long kick, Dane Habner got it in, but has only managed to kick as far as Luke Durden's taken the mark, looking inside, looking for Levi Brown, but Oscar Paul's just cut that off.
Courage.
Yep. Yeah, and
that's holding the ball.
Yep.
Didn't have prior, probably didn't dispose of it correctly, but bit stiff, I would have thought. Travis Beard launches deep inside 50, kicking to Corey. Another good contest there. Declan Allen at the back. Is he going to do? No, just can't.
Out point.
I think they've been a little bit too Corey conscious here. There's a few times they've gone in inside forward 50 and they've had other players on, and we know what Corey's like. As Daly Beard makes his way over to the bench here at the moment and looks to be ice on the inside of the knee. So hopefully not too bad, and maybe a bit of a what is it, a posterior or
PCL or any of
PCL.
those, or MCL or something, just something that's not an ACL would be,
Little strain.
yeah,
Fingers
just
crossed for Daly.
he's been playing an outstanding game all day. Yeah, disappointing to see him off the ground.
Yeah, great.
Great contest here. The game on still. It's there's Yeelanna at nose in front 10 minutes into the last quarter, and Locke just want to put on some goals here if they're going to stay in the contest.
They've looked better. I think it just goes to show that third quarter and how important that is, and kicking goals against the win. Because right now, you probably, if it was that 3-goal breeze, you'd say Locke's probably had the better first 10 minutes of this last quarter. But because Yeelanna's third quarter was so brilliant, they're just chasing their tail a bit at the moment.
Yeah, well, and I agree with you about being a bit too Corey conscious of trying to keep kicking it to him when he's not always the best option. Whereas Yeelanna today have had Aaron Watson go 3 from the wing like that.
Clayton.
Clayton Colbert has created a different dynamic. They can't shut. You're having to pick up other players and be conscious that any of them could kick Bob off and kick a goal. I mean, you've got Chop and you've got Travis there creating options, but they haven't been deep enough to. They keep trying to go through Corey.
Might be holding the ball with that one, I reckon.
No.
What's he called there? Did he start? No, that must be because Oshers does love a holding the ball, doesn't he? I'm always a bit worried he'll pop his shoulder out when he doesn't holding the ball sometimes.
He gets low for the call. It's good to see. I like a bit of character from an umpire.
Yeah, absolutely. That could work out all right.
Get that forward. A bounce over top of Alex Glover's head, and Jed Siebert there gets the long handball. Yeah, it's a sensational.
That's great
handball.
work.
We didn't have room to be able to kick it, and so use the handball. Slow motion here. Dusty out wide to Luke Durden. Looking for options up forward, but Yeelanna have just got there ahead, and there's 2 Yeelanna blokes to. Oh no, and Locke have the same 3-1.
Well done by Clayton there. He's taken two players out and turned it into a 3-on-1 into a 1-on-1.
Yeah, and enough for the cavalry to get there. Yeah, that's fantastic by Clayton. Really, there was 3 and there was another Lock player close again as well. But he had to just create a contest, so it's fantastic to see from young fellas. It's been probably a thing I've criticised of Clayton in the past, or been conscious that when he plays confidently, he's so good, and he's just not backed himself to create a contest sometimes. But it just see him playing with confidence is wonderful to see.
Yep. Great work there by Timmy and Ali. A couple of sneaky left footers running down the wing, but Yeelanna will bring it straight back in. Just couldn't keep it inside the boundary line.
Yeah, I don't think he kicked out on the full. I think it's gone last possession. So I do like that rule. I think it just makes this deliberate out of bounds and this sort of conversations about. They've taken that out of the game. Last possession out of the ground is out of bounds. It's opened up our game because the obligation is to try and kick it inboard and keep it further in bounds. As Yeelanna bring it out of the back lines, looking across, and Travis Beard just cut that off from Matt Dyer. Going to run it. He's going to get tackled here if he. Oh, thought he's.
There we go. Game on, I reckon, Habs.
Absolutely. 9-goal 9 to 7-goal 13. Travis Beard kicks his second goal for the game. How many bounces did he get in 30 metres? They just took it on with speed. He took about 3 bounces.
Oh yeah. No.
I wouldn't criticise. Once that position, he ran too far. He was. Zach Butters has got a lot to answer for bouncing in the first 5 metres. All the I'm coaching the minis and trying to coach it out of them. Fantastic. Cut off that and just took off. Trav used his speed and created chaos. It was drawing players to him, and then they were also worried about their own player, and eventually just ran through and kicked the goal.
Couple of good shepherds too, and one thing we know with Trav is he gets goal side of you. Good luck trying to catch him, and he's a bit like Jack Higgins. Once he sees those goals, his top speed increases by about 10 kilometres an hour, but Lockie Hancock just couldn't grab that one. Good handball out the back there by Casey Beard. He really wanted to just nullify this contest. Eagles have numbers ahead of the ball.
I think Lockie was actually trying to tap it down to Casey there for a moment, and he hesitated about which way to go, whether to grab it himself or whether to try and tap it on. So
good to see both teams having a lot of young lads out here today. Yes, we know they're probably the 2 best teams in the comp at the moment, but it's the young lads from both sides that are standing up today.
Yep, fantastic. It's what we like about the footy. They've got, we know the favourites and those sort of things, but it's been great to be able to see the likes of Daly Beard and Ali Bias and
Jed Siebert,
Jed. Yep.
Dusty, Lockie, Clayton. It's just brilliant for the league as a whole.
Mitch Jolly chipping it forward there, but the first one there is Fletcher Beard talking about young fellas. They come charging out, big handball. And managed to get it to Dusty Ware. He's got it back to Fletcher Beard, gone the big handball. Macaulay Glover just able to get it, but just fumbled at that moment. Kicking it up high.
Big contest here.
Yeah, Dougie versus Oscar. And Oscar able to keep his feet then a moment. Tough into the sun. Gets it out the back to Zave Watson, who's kicked it to Matt Crittenden. And able to be chopped off by Gonzo. And then out wide to Luke Durden. Settled. This is where the long shadows start to cause trouble for the players as they're looking to come across. You suddenly don't comes out of the shadows. You got to switch it. But Junk Beard, eyes across, hand across the eyes to look at his options. But he's a sneaky Mitch Jolly in there lurking. Gone back to Jed Siebert. He's been a good user of the ball all day today, Jed.
Yes.
And you see him again here using Luke Durgan as they slowly switch it across. But Yeelanna have been able to get over mostly. But Levi Brown into the gap.
Great work right here by Dusty Ware. If he gets on the end of this, he's just worked his butt off from one side of the ground to the other.
Michael Crittenden went with him across the ground there, and that's where he's managed to cut off. Dusty just was at his feet. It's tricky to run backwards and pick it up at your feet. It's not an easy task. Yeah, but more Luke Lock guys at the contest there.
Nigel Yeelanna got the outnumber here. Great work by Jed Siebert again. Once again, just come off his own man there, Habs.
Yeah, no, backing himself in, backing the skills in. Oh, just tricky little bit here.
It's been a really good last quarter. Really good by both sides.
Yeah, contested. It's what we want to see. Still, 8 points in it here, Broads. Lock just be looking to sneak, make it close, get a goal against the run of things a little bit, and Yeelanna locking up. They're both teams looking for a goal here because that'll be the gap that you need.
Yeah, all of Lock's running the blokes who can really break lines are all in the midfield now at the moment. Great pressure there. It was by Liam Gerber just wrapping up Macaulay Glover. Levi Brown just as good wrapping up Adam Manane.
Yeah, takes him over the boundary line. The throw in again. Just see it's got the intensity. It dropped off just a fraction, and it's just picked up again in the last minute. It's fantastic. See out to Macaulay Glover, looking to handball, but the ball's gone out of bounds. The throw in here. You watching for the speedsters coming through to create the contest, or whether everyone's just slowed down a bit. They're trying to hit at pace. You can see Blaze K was hitting at full speed to try and just create something for his team. Because if he bursts through, he's suddenly open in front. Out wide to the boundary. Michael Crittenden bombing it up. It's going to go out of bounds on the full.
Good result here for Lock. A clear possession coming out. The switch is on here for Gonzo Kelly if they can turn around and do it quickly. But well wrapped up there it was by Matt.
Oh, sorry, mate, we were a bit tangled.
And he'll try and play on.
Yep, well done. That's what
good option.
Yep, out wide to Dougie Pearce. Dougie's looking for options there. Yeelanna have pushed across, and there's 3-1 option, but a good Ali Bias. Great pick up at the bottom at his shins. Onto Chop Beard in the middle.
They're
on here that they can get to.
Not the best kick. Oh. Yeah, if that could just be in front of him, it just would have kept that drive forward.
Please. Bielski.
Fergus Lape here at centre half forward for the Roos. Yeelanna have put a lot of players behind the ball just trying to hold it up. Bit of a chaos ball inside 50 just doesn't work there, unfortunately. Just need to either get it up and make a contest or even just let the ball hit the deck. Ball comes forward. Dusty Ware intercepts. He's had a great game today.
Yeah, Dane having an advantage, chase him down as he went to kick. So tied it up by X, who's passed it on to Gayton, who's given it back to X again. How many times do we see that? And it gone back to Gayton. That is stat padding at the moment here. The long kick over the top of Will Simons. And Jed Siebert had dropped it, but it didn't bother him. Just picked it up again and bombed it on forward. It's gone over the top. It kicked it so well. It went over the top of Chop Beard, which is no mean feat.
Yeah.
The breeze has just sort of dropped out for a few seconds here. Ali Bias He
What's
gets
gonna
up to
happen
his left,
here?
which is very, very high, asking plenty of Corey, but he's gone over there to help him out, and I reckon they're going to run it out of bounds.
Yep. So you'd probably presume maybe 4 or 5 minutes of general play left in this one. If can get a goal here, who knows what can happen? But it's been a massive increase in since
Here
the
we go,
first one.
Macaulay Glover.
Macaulay Glover, what's he done here? He's kicked it. What have we got? Back to a 2-point ball game. Roos have come out firing in this quarter.
Captain Macca, he's just charged through. He just did what some of what the Yeelanna players have been doing of that hitting the ball at pace. Blaze K's had a couple of attempts at that and hadn't been able to pull it off. Macaulay just hit the pack at pace and grabbed it and got the kick away before being tackled. Fantastic, exactly what you're looking for to see from your best players.
Once again, Jed Siebert, another intercept possession off half back, just really creating that drive. I thought he's been really impressive. Vice captain of the B grade, and he's come up here not just filled in, but genuinely playing his role. And 2 points, about 3 or 4 minutes to go. Here we go, game on. Ball comes out. Xavier Watson, Rolls Royce gets moved into the midfield when the game's on. Who would have thought, Habs? Clayton Colbert again turns his man inside out. What can he do here? Can he seal it?
He's missed it.
What's he done? Oh.
Point. It just didn't look good off the boot. 9 goals, 10
wasn't there.
to 8 goal 13, 61 to 64. Tight. What are we? 21 minutes to the last quarter. Bit of pressure on Junkbeard to bring it in here.
I think they're all saying come straight down the middle. Straight down the middle.
The Yeelanna players are geared up for that as well. Casey Carr just over the top of Doug's head. Quite make it to Ferguson. Casey got in there in between. Casey will take his time here to kick this goal and settle up in the breeze. Has the breeze dropped out is the question.
Just needed to charge out and just really kick it up high with so many lock boys sitting across that centre of the ground. But look, Casey Carr, he'll take his full time here too. What have we got? 22 minutes played. Game on. Casey Carr, this is a moment he's been in plenty of times before. Has he got a barrel there? Looks a bit like it. Great mark at the back there. Is that Jed Siebert once again? Is it 50 or is he calling him back? No, I was just saying come back. That is a huge mark by a young fella, isn't it? Oh.
That's not what you want. But it's a fantastic mark, and he's going to get away with it here out to Ali Bias and then Fletcher Beard. The young fella's running it out and showing the way.
Yeah. Just putting his shoe back on too, I reckon. Young. Oh no, he's cramping up. He can barely move, the poor fella.
I reckon he got cramp as he went to kick it, is what actually happened there. And
we've all been there, haven't we?
Well, and it's just the nightmare in front of the bar. But he's good, fantastic mark in the contest here. Blaze K just swinging around here and passes to Doug Pearce. They're looking to get it. They're out here if they can get it across the Dusty Ware. But just a bit fraction slow, so lost a few metres there in doing that. And Oscar Paul creating contest and it just holding him up a fraction for a second to give, and now his teammates to get across.
Great work, Dusty Ware.
Steps around. Looking for, and he's hit Dane Habner.
Yeah.
Yeelanna looking to slow it down just a fraction and use the ball well, but kicked it over the top of Casey Carr. It wasn't the kick that Dane's been...
They need a bit of urgency. Junkyard's going back playing like Locke have got the lead there. And look, it's something that I think you'd love them to use the corridor here, not sort of go out wide. And unfortunately, the Roos, they just really need to get the ball forward. Yep.
That's right. Casey...
You kind of want to risk a turnover, don't you? Just to get the ball through the centre of the ground.
Beard looking for options quick here. He's seen his brother Corey. Corey playing
just on, like that,
leading the way. Bombing it long here. Michael Crittenden though come back here, and Tom Davis just managed to slow up Chop for the moment to give him that space.
That's all he needed to do was just stop that that 1 or 2 steps in, and big contest here by Macaulay Glover. If he can get it and run on
cramp.
Yeah. Looks like cramp again. What's the umpire called there? Holding the ball. Oshes just about pops the shoulder out, giving that one, holding the ball.
Low. Yeah.
That's a bit of he did hand pass there.
Yeah, but he got behind the mark.
He wasn't behind the mark. He just needed to, he took 1 step back and he kicked it on the back foot, which just held it up.
Yeah, chopped off by Adam Manane there. It was looking for Fergus. A couple of milestoners right there. taking his time, knowing there's 25 minutes gone, having a look for options, but they're 3 points up. Looking to.
You hear Luke Duncan in the background saying we want a deep entry here.
But there's no one to kick too deep. The Jed Siebert's just.
That's the final siren there, and it was billed as a top two clash, game of the round, and it well and truly lived up to it. United Yeelanna, 9 goal 10, 64, defeating Lock, 8 goal 13, 61. Look, courageous by Lock in that last quarter, but that third quarter from United Yeelanna, that was the not the premiership quarter, but the game-winning quarter.
Yeah, no, fantastic game. Exactly what we wanted, bro. It's like the first game of the year was a bit bigger gap. There was 5 goals in it. Today 3 points. Can't ask for more than that. Yeah. And the game quality was good. The intensity was there.
Played in great spirits.
Just and hitting the ball hard. That's what we expect out of both of these sides. It's been fantastic to watch, and just fantastic game. 3 points to United Yeelanna, and Lockerbie a little bit. Take plenty of heart out of that because they've had more scoring shots, and that's what would be the frustration.
Yeah, it would be, and at the same time, I think both of these sides can come out, and there's plenty to work on for both sides, but plenty to look forward to. And we touched on it early, and we all know both teams have stars. That their top 10 and 12 is as good as nearly anyone on the Eyre Peninsula. But I think both teams will be really happy from, maybe the fringe players from those 4 or 5. Maybe the last 2 or 3 years, the fringe players that are now coming up, and it's going to put pressure. Obviously, both teams have, plenty of players to come back in, but it's going to put pressure on spots, and I mean that's good for footy as a whole.
Absolutely, it's fantastic to see. It's been great calling with the Broads. Those ribs have held together. A few painkillers. You've toughed it out for the gig. It's been really, really appreciated, and what a cracking game! I'm getting tired of the been up doing minis early and whatever. So, but the fantastic game. Should be really, really stoked with that. Hope those that have been watching at home have enjoyed it. I haven't been actually watching been too many buttons to press here that I haven't been able to keep an eye on the feed. Hopefully, everyone's been watching it and enjoyed it, and had a good day.
Before we go, Habs, give us a 3-2-1 for the day. You do, or you pick 3, I'll pick 3. How about that? You pick 3 from the Eagles, I'll pick 3 from the Roos.
Well, from the wing, kicking 3 goals, highest goal scorer for the day, Aaron Watson is hard to go past. When the Yeelanna needed goals, they had a period there where they were kicking a few points. I'm going to give Aaron Watson best actually.
Yep,
the critical moment. My least favourite thing. I'll think about 2 and 1.
Michael Crittenden, I thought, we'll do 3 for Yeelanna and 3 for Lock. I thought Michael Crittenden, when the game was on, Michael Crittenden, as always, was at his best, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Macaulay Glover was the standout for Lock today. I think he kicked his 1 goal when needed to right at the end there. He was trying to create something, and Blaze K was thereabouts at the midfield. Jed Siebert, though, I think it was
brilliant to watch, isn't he?
It's you love watching a young fella play confidently and
come off your man,
back yourself in to win the ball, clean skills mostly. I'm sure he cramped in that last little bit of if you just watch him because his skills are so good.
Yeah,
backed himself with the other parts of the ground where even if he dropped the mark, just goldfished it and grabbed it and played on and backed his skills in. It's good to see.
Yeah, Dusty Ware going from strength to strength. Ali Bice, I thought he was also good for the Roos in patches. And yeah, they looked most dangerous when he's got the ball around that forward 50 arc. And look, it's plenty to look forward to. And if these two meet up in finals, mates, especially with the full contingent, I tell you what, game on. You'd be coming from anywhere just to watch these two sides play.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you very much for toughing it out, Broads. Once again, thank you to our major sponsors of Cummins Community Bank Cummins, Bendigo Bank. They put $7 million back into the Cummins district since they've been in there, and also Port Lincoln Prestige for coming in and helping out with the sponsorship as well. So they're fantastic. I hope you've enjoyed it at home as much as we've enjoyed commentating. It's been good while I'm doing this. No one can ask me questions and that sort of stuff. So I really enjoyed it, Broads. Enjoyed your company. thank you to Paul Rowan from On Air Media for the camera work and all the setup. And it's been fantastic having you, Paul, and I hope everyone at home has enjoyed it.
Yep, let us know if we're good. If
If
we
we're
don't
terrible,
think so,
don't want to hear about
yep,
it.
exactly right. But no, it's been a great day, and look forward to catching up with everyone in the queue after for a quiet drink after. But enjoy your day of sport, everyone, and yeah, look forward to catching up with everyone out there soon.
Thanks, Broads.